Hey YouTube, hey Twitch. Looks like the game is not... There it is. Took a second. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream. So we have Sophie Cunningham and Meep in space from the previous episode. They're just on their way back. They are holding their breath because they don't have oxygen in their suits, but that's okay. That usually happens when they are in Atmo suits in space. So that's what's happening there. And then we have some more rocket infrastructure starting today, hopefully with the Radbolt engine. Let's see how far we are. Well, I did want to get biodiesel as well. So that's applied science, material study terminal. So I'm actually just waiting on the radiation from here. So maybe that's kind of the bottleneck and not the data banks at this point. But anyways, once we have the biodiesel, then we'll go to Radbolt. So I mean, I guess I could have gone for Radbolt as well. No, maybe biodiesel will be fun. All right, so we'll do that. We're gonna biodiesel next, and then we'll do Radbolt. So we'll set all that up. Biodiesel's already kind of set up here, so whatever. We'll we'll figure it out. Damien, what's going on? Nice to see you first. You are first indeed. Nice to see you. Stringer, let's go space. Hopefully we get a lot of space missions done today. Ethan, right now to the camera. Yep, that was pretty much me. Oh, by the way, I should probably... I thought that was the camera artifact, but no, that's just a weird line on the screen. Okay. Anyways, so Damien's asked, would you rather be able to swim underwater like a fish for 20 minutes at a time, or be able to fly like a bird for 20 minutes? Well, that's a great question. I would 100% pick the bird one, but the time limit constraint would probably terrify me either way, because if you can only fly for 20 minutes, what happens after that? Like, do you just fall out of the sky, or do you just like cease to exist underwater? Like, you just stop taking oxygen from the water and you just die? Or sorry, expire. I shouldn't say that on YouTube. So 100% the bird though. Like, I think that I love looking at the scenery and vistas and farmlands and mountains and stuff like that. I mean, I guess a fish would be cool if you like, but I don't even think you could get to the bottom of the ocean in 20 minutes. Like, even if you could, I don't think you'd make it back in time, right? Like, I think for sure a bird, because then you could go anywhere you want in the world, like on vacation, and just fly around as if you were on a drone perspective. I think all water kind of looks the same, doesn't it? So I don't think I would like the water technique too much. Hey, what's up, Fitz? Nice to see you. Willy Wonka says, I just bought the DLC yesterday, so I'm watching your live stream from the beginning. Awesome, Willy Wonka. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you for letting me know. So at the first couple live streams, by the way, were test live streams. Let me just fast forward a little bit. We're test live streams from, let's take, I guess we'll take the flux. We're from the beta. So I restarted after the beta. So if you watch the first 3 that I had, you'll be like, why is he continuously restarting? If you go to the one that says like full playthrough or whatever, just an FYI, you probably already figured it out, but just letting you know, just in case. Fitz says, Ethan, how's everyone? How are you all doing? Doing great. Happy Sunday, everybody. Nice to see everyone here tonight. Thank you so much for coming by. Kevin, nice to see you as well. Little known fact, a picture of throwing up is actually Ethan at the thought of not being allowed to gruesomely expire a duplicate when he wants. That is a great. I do love that. If you guys missed the intro or missed that part of the intro where the game didn't show up, this is what Kevin is talking about, where Quinn is violently vomiting after she's been exposed to too much radiation from my radiation tutorial video. Willy Wonka says, I've never finished Ani, but for some reason I feel like finishing this one. Well, Willy Wonka, like, you are in luck, because Ani isn't really a game that you can like finish, you know, just kind of keeps going. So you finish when you think you are done playing your colony. That is one thing that I always say to people is, you know, you can't I mean, there are like loose criteria to getting to the tear and stuff like that, but you know, if you're not having fun at that point in the game, then you might sour the experience if you kind of try to push your way through, right? But I mean, if you have like a goal set and if you want to finish that, then that's how I like to play as well. But I don't try to, you know, if I don't want to go to the tear in a playthrough, I generally skip it. But yeah, it's awesome though. I'm glad that you're watching the playthrough from the beginning. Doing better now, says Fitz. Nice to hear that, Fitz. He said, swim like a fish, not breathe like one. Well, I mean, I was assuming that the fish would be able to breathe. Like if you were taking the form of the swimming form of a fish, you need a way to breathe, because if you go really deep, you're going to, like, scuba divers can't just go to the bottom, right? They have to like, I don't know what I'm talking about here, so just take this with a grain of salt, but they have to like stop at certain points, let their body like sort of adjust to the pressures or whatever. So assuming that you can swim like a fish and go all the way to the end of your 20 minutes, I would assume you can breathe as well. Likewise with, you know, being a bird, I guess there's no criteria for that, but yeah, I would definitely, even still, I would definitely being a bird. But 20 minutes, I mean, 20 minutes, you could get some great views of the surrounding area. It doesn't take long to like to fly to the very high to get a sense of your surroundings. Also, you'd never get lost, right? And you could always escape your captures if you were in a foreign country and you got kidnapped. You don't have to rely on running away aimlessly. You could just like see a bitch and fly up. Versus like if you were a fish, you couldn't really use that to your advantage unless you were getting kidnapped and they were about to, and that's for some reason you're on a cruise ship or something. So 100%, I think the bird has a lot of utility, and also just for your own pleasure's sake. Like, I think once you've been to the bottom of the sea once, you probably don't need to go again. But you being a bird, you could like explore so much. Bird is dope, but yeah, 20 minutes isn't a lot of time. I could make it work though. You just have to have like a watch where it says like, okay, 10-minute warning, time to turn around. Because if you just fall out of the sky, because you used up all your ability, that would kind of suck. 20 minutes would be a good idea to get to places. My overthinking ass would immediately thought about the accidents in the air, or even worse, the government arresting you or kidnapping you to study your body. Ocean terrifies me. Pass on that one. Let's people forget, just shoot your ass while you fly. Well, okay, look, I'm pretty sure that gangs and like cartel rely on spray and pray. You know, I don't think there's expert marksmen in in like a setting that you would be kidnapped in. You know. I mean, I would hope not, because obviously, if you got hit while you were in the sky, then you'd just probably be dead. I keep saying that word on YouTube. I don't know if it's a good idea. Hey, what's up, Charlie? As a bird, I could poop on people and steal their food. Well, there you go. That's a great utility as well. Free food. And they couldn't do anything about it. I mean, I never actually built a rocket, says William Wonka. Okay, well, if you are, well, my buildings always melt, so my rocket design isn't. I always try to cheap out on material, and then I end up regretting it. So, we got some wires melting. If you are looking to build a rocket and have like a comprehensive, this sort of description on what to do in space, watch my rocket series video. I have 3 rockets videos. The first one is how to get to space, which is honestly, I'm sure you've been there. If not, then that's going to be very helpful. If you have, you can pretty much skip it. It just talks about how to set up your infrastructure and what to prepare for. And then the second one is how to launch a rocket. So I think you might really enjoy that one to kind of give you a TLDR on rocketry. Actually, sometimes I have to remind myself of rockets as well, because I don't get to rockets until, 60 hours into a playthrough. And by that time, I've already forgotten from the previous playthrough how to build an efficient rocket. So I sometimes go back to that video as well and just kind of skim through it. But yeah, so, and then the third one is talking about rocket missions. So you might really enjoy those. I could only make my colony survive for a few hundred cycles, but I am satisfied with that. And that's perfect. Like, you can always identify what happened that went wrong, and then you can prepare for that scenario, especially if you start on the same asteroid that you failed on. And that's what I always tell new players. If you are trying to get farther in the game than you have before, the absolute best way to do that is to once you fail, identify why you failed, and then restart on the same asteroid, assuming the asteroid was adequate with vents and geysers, right? Like if there's no vents and geysers, forget it. But then you already know like where to build, what to build, where to explore, stuff like that, and then you can focus more on improving the reasons for your failure rather than exploration to survive. Like if you're a mildly experienced player, I would say that you can probably survive on most asteroids because you kind of know how to make your colony last until you find like an oxygen vent or whatever, right? But if you're new and if you've never gotten to like the steel or plastic portion of the game yet and being able to produce steel or plastic consistently, then you're probably spending a lot of time looking for vents and geysers, and you're not able to you probably have downfalls in your sustainability until you find something worthwhile to help you out. Like for instance, a cool slush geysers is amazing, right? But you have to find this. Like look how far this is from my pod. My pod is all the way down here. I have to go like who goes all the way there right away, right? That's a really far dig to get to. In fact, pretty sure if I look at how these ladders, yeah, 500 cycles ago. So yeah, I found this at around cycle 300. This geyser. So by 300, you're already out of algae. You're already out of water, depending on how much water you use. This and that, So, anyways, sorry. Let me get a little bit focused here on the game. So yeah, we're gonna continue our research. We're just waiting on this thing. Actually, I can probably afford to have another one of these, even though this is not going to bode very well to my power usage. But that's okay. You know what? I don't even know why I'm using a transformer for this. I should just use conductive wire here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rebuild this with conductive, and our duplicates are gonna get a little bit of irradiated, but that's okay. Hopefully, hopefully that's not the same duplicate over and over. And then we're gonna try to get some more. Luckily, it's already connected with automation. So I actually prepared for this, chat. I built extra automation so they don't have to do that now. But if you spent less time shielding your face, Gizmo, you'd probably not. By the way, why are you hurt? Why is Gizmo hurt again? At every playthrough that I do, Gizmo seems to get hurt. So Gizmo, get on the cot. Okay, so now there we go. We got some radiation being produced there, and now obviously I don't want this to be over. There we go. We'll just take that off. Why is that? Okay, it just didn't update. Oh, overheat damage. Why do we have overheat damage? Oh, because of this. All right, there we go. I was wondering why it was red. Thought I forgot to update, but then it was still connected. Okay, cool. So now we got these things that will be producing rad bolts a lot quicker. Just have to make sure we don't shoot our duplicates in the face, because that sometimes happens. Anyways, so that is a lot better now. Wow, we still have 2100 watts on this, even though I just deleted that. That's crazy. I have to improve my power network at some point. There's a lot of things that I have to do, but I've been neglecting to do. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna get some biodiesel rockets going, I think, as soon as... we'll put biodiesel here, I think. Maybe on this side, and just move this over. Not sure exactly what... By the way, how's my natural... Because I'm using a lot of power now, so natural gas is gonna be critical here. So 1,000 kilograms of natural gas. These things... this thing is gonna have to be improved at some point as well. So maybe we'll sort of provision for this. Because the water's just going to start overflowing at some point and break these liquid locks, and that would kind of suck, I think. Also, we could probably get down here, and let's see. Okay, we got natural gas coming from all these locations. Our diamond is actually running a little bit low, so I'm kind of concerned about that. I might have to go to petroleum at some point to continue feeding my power supply. Because now we're getting, once you start getting the space, you really start to use a lot, especially like research here and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe we'll get to petroleum this episode as well. But for now, let's continue on this. So we'll use some steel to connect all these. I guess since I'm using steel, I could just go right across. I don't really have to try to manipulate that for any reason. Oh, by the way, what I should do, though, is make sure that this is not all on the same circuit. Let's just start with a CO2 rocket and set it up for telescoping and use it to make data banks. Yep, that's exactly it, Charlie. By the way, cheers, everyone. Hey, what's up, Blacksatov? Nice to see you in chat. I'm still working on my lum empire, like I mentioned the other day. 45 lums, 30 normal, 14 blum. Nice. I love it. I love hearing about those interesting designs that people come up with. If you want, Vlaxatov, once it's finished, send it to me on email and we can show it off on stream. If you want, you don't have to. But I have... my emails are always open if you'd like to show the stream chat what you got going on, or if you have questions about your asteroid, or if you need some help. So Jay sent me a video. Sorry, not video. Jay sent me an email the other day from the last stream, and we're gonna go over that today at the end of tonight's stream. So he has a couple questions, and we'll try to help him out. To be fair, I don't necessarily need to go to space at all for the most part. You go to space to get stuff faster. Well, that's true. I mean, you can get some cool stuff in space, but you don't need to go to space if you don't care about that for your colony. I kind of enjoy going to space a lot more now that I've been on the stream. Oh, this is not gonna go well. This is definitely, I'm gonna go with this poor power transfer. But I don't know why I'm not using. I keep forgetting to use this. Okay, so let's just rebuild everything out of whatever it's called, conductive insulated, and this should probably take care of all of our requirements. We have so much plastic anyway. It's not like we're trying. Oh, this is going to be a problem too. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, now from here we're going to use steel and just go across. Kind of like that. Okay, and then we'll just delete everything else. I keep forgetting that exists, but funny enough, I'm using this in my over-explained series, which by the way is coming out hopefully tomorrow. I have everything recorded and I've started the editing, so hopefully tomorrow that can be released for you guys. But I guess I'll put it here, and then I'll move this back one like that, and they can go ahead and finish all that. Nuclear waste. We have solid nuclear waste. Nice. One thing I see a lot of new players do is that they don't explore their asteroid fast enough. That's usually what ends their base. Yes, so that's definitely a problem as well. There's a lot of things that could end your base prematurely. These guys are cramped, huh? Am I picking up the Sweetle eggs? I am picking up Sweetle eggs, so why are we cramped? Do we have too many Sweetles in here? Maybe 6 is as much as I need, so we'll take one out. And they're just kind of running around here and... am I sending a... No, okay, everything looks good. I think I just have to... This is not a full-size farm, so that's probably what's going on here. Let's just see if it gets... Oh, we got a grub egg. That's what it was. All right, so this should be okay. We have 6 Sweetles. Probably can go back to 7 now. And if it's below 7, we'll... There we go. Okay, cool. So we got sulfur coming up. We got solid nuclear waste. It's fine. 600 reed fiber. Holy smokes. And then let's start the infrastructure for biodiesel. I want to move this over a little bit, so I want to put these off to the side, perhaps, and have a couple more of them as well. So I'll put them all the way... I want a rocket to come through here, so put it all the way over here, probably. Somewhere there. Oh, okay, I can't build it just yet. So we'll do something like that. Actually, you know what? Let's have these right where they are and launch the rockets from there. So I'll keep removing a lot of this stuff. I feel like that would be a better solution. And then obviously we'll do a little bit up here. And then put all these on dig. Yeah, because I don't need to change these. That's fine. I'll just put the rocket off to the side. He always pretends he isn't the reason Gizmo suffers. Shake my head. Well, I don't even know what happened, Kevin. Like, he's not... There's no reason for Gizmo to suffer at all. Unless he went in here, that was his... on his own... That was his own prerogative to do that, if that's the case. I don't know why he is suffering for some reason. This is refrigerated, so this is no longer deep frozen for some reason. Why are we not deep freezing here? So 31... Oh, it's probably because we added something new. Sterile atmosphere, refrigerated, deep... Some of it is deep frozen. Okay, so it's just not quite cold enough yet. I wonder if I should increase this just a tad. We'll do minus 27. Just to help it freeze a little bit faster. It should be okay, to be honest, but... Hey, what's up, Renee? Nice to see you. What's going on? After I learned how to tame volcanoes and vents, I can't see my colony dying. Thanks to Ethan for that. Of course, thank you so much, Fitz. And congratulations. Yeah, once you figure one out, you can figure all of them out. Like, there's ways to optimize it beyond, like, what I like to do and show. But honestly, it's... Oh, but since... I keep forgetting about this. But since... But all you have to do is just figure it out one time, and you're good. So this is fine. I'm gonna finally finish this, by the way. This has been sitting here forever. And all you have to do is kind of just let it passively work in the... Oh, this is... Yeah, so we have to pump out the liquid first. So I can put new liquid in. So this is going to be kind of interesting. I shouldn't have held off so long on this. I guess I don't have to. I could just put... Yeah, I guess I don't have to. I'll just... I got it. So we'll close this off. And we'll bring some power in here. Insulated wire, obviously. We'll start repairing everything. What's my load on here? Not bad. Okay, just connect to there. And then, yeah, finish this. Automation is done. We have hydro sensors. So automation is done. We have the plumbing done. And we have the power done. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll finish this. And then I can finally start storing all this, this polluted water. Because it's been just sitting here forever. So, and then same thing with this. I have all this polluted water to be stored. This is... I don't know, I have polluted water in here. That's not exactly what I intended. Gizmo is stuck. You guys are stuck again. Why don't you deconstruct the ladders below it just to be sure? Which ones? I may have missed what that was about. I'm gonna actually... Whoa, holy smokes. A lot of people in chat today, so let me just get caught up with you guys. See, what's up, Moogie? What's going on? Nice to see you. Happy Friday. For me, it is Sunday, I think, but happy Sunday or Friday night, man. A little hungover. What was the celebration, Renee? Nice to see you here. Thanks for joining me. Well, hopefully your day goes well. My preferred setup before this DLC was one lump sweet corn above a lump fig that fed peat to sweat corn from underneath a blum and blossom because I like algae usage. Well, there you go. 10 blum lums would give you enough O2 for 20 duplicants, doing it lazy with diffusers. I just realized I forgot what day it is as the night man. Yeah, you said Friday by accident. Cheers, night man. I've been drinking for 3 days straight. Wait, today is what? Friday what? Sunday, I think. I hope that I'm not the... Yeah. I mean, I wish it was Friday, because then I would have 3 days off. It's True Tiles broken? Hey, so True Tiles is broken, but there's a True Tiles fix. So look up True Tiles fix, and it should work. So I'm using True Tiles fix. Welcome, Rack Dev, by the way. Nice to see you. And Willy Wonka says, the only one of my duplicants to die was Nails. He melted in the lava. I still remember him trying to run from the lava. He just didn't make it. That's so sad. Oh, poor Nails. And whenever my duplicants have issues like that, it's always their own fault. Trust me. I have... I know. Okay, so this thing, let's get this wired up. We want to finish that one for sure, because I don't want to have a meteor come in and wreck my shit. That'll be kind of annoying. The ladders below the rat bolt generators. Oh, here? Oh, I don't think they spend a lot of time up here enough to warrant them being rat bolt decay. Yeah, I guess that'll happen. I don't think they spend enough time up here to warrant the ladders. At least they haven't for a long time in the colony. I don't know if they're just starting to get there for some reason. I mean, we're going to be working here anyways, because we have to set up infrastructure to send rad bolts eventually to our rad bolt rocket. And I'm just putting this here because for some reason I think maybe ice is melting, and I don't want it to destroy this liquid lock again. It's very annoying when it does that. Can I see your rad bolt automation setup? Yeah, so like someone mentioned in the chat, Fitz mentioned crash satellites. So this is my rad bolt setup. I'm just harvesting radiation with these two rad bolt generators right next to the crash satellite. And the key here is that I'm also cooling it with the surrounding atmosphere. So it's very, very cold here. This just happens to be in the perfect location to do this. And then I just send it into my material study terminal, which shuts off both generators when this is full. So I don't keep producing a lot of waste or reasons to shoot my duplicants in the head. I kind of wish that if you had more of these, you could turn them off like at a lower value. Like, can you do that? If I put 20, yeah, it just resets to 50, because I don't need them to work 50 at a time, especially when this storage is only 100. Now, I probably could just add a rad bolt storage, a rad bolt chamber, something like this. That would probably be an ideal situation. Maybe I'll do that, I guess. I don't know if I want to worry about that right now, though. This is gonna... I mean, right now they're using this, so I'm not too upset at the extra radiation that we're harvesting, but anyways, maybe something in the future to redo. Okay, so what's happening here? Duplicant available from the printing pod. We'll take the iron ore. Okay, and then let me just check this. Yeah, it's deep frozen now. We do have some stale food, but that's okay. We have so much food. Unless literally all my food goes bad at the same time, I think we'll be okay kind of forever. Just 2 radgens next to it and connected to tile turret. Yep, that's it. Very simple. Let me know if you have any questions. I do have a video on radiation that kind of gives you the TLDR of what radiation is and how to harvest and how to make it. I changed my opinions about it since that video, so it might be kind of old or maybe outdated, but nonetheless, it's I think it's still pretty okay if you want to have a setup, an easy setup anyway. The author Aki was delayed by work in the DLC. Then I think the rumors are health concerns after. I heard those rumors as well. I never like to subscribe to those type of rumors because I'm like, I don't know the person, or like I don't really follow it. So I just hope that, you know, everyone's okay and they're able to come back whenever they have time. But yeah, I think hopefully everything's okay. But yeah, I'm not too into the rumor mill on Steam community or things like that, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Is this the right place to put it? No, let's put it higher into space. Where's the end? Oh, it's right here. I might have to lower it. It's not the end of the world if I have to lower it, but you know what? Let's just lower it now. The Red Bull rocket can't go that high anyway, I don't think, but we'll lower it just in case. At least the majority of it is in space. Any tips to stop worrying about heat all the time? Yeah, so, okay, if you have sensitive crops to heat, then you can move those crops into an environmentally friendly area. Like, for instance, I have this mealwood here. This is a pretty hot asteroid as it is, right? Like, you start pretty hot, but the mealwood here is being cooled. So just having something simple like this, it's not even a very robust setup. Like, it's not sealed off or anything. I'm just cooling the atmosphere in here with the cool slush geyser. Just bringing in the cool slush. It's actually helping to cool the rest of my asteroid as well, because I'm not even using insulated liquid piping. So it's cooling kind of as it's going through here as well. But just a basic setup like that can help you with crops. Now, if you want to cool your entire base and sort of not have to cool individual rooms of crops or critters or things like that, then you could start by cooling your oxygen that you produce. That's the easiest way because your oxygen is constantly getting distributed, and over time that will effectively cool your asteroid to whatever temperature that you want it to, as long as there's not too many heat-producing things within your colony. And then, of course, you have to take things out that are producing heat, like coal generators. The kitchen is usually the biggest problem that you'll have because it kind of has to be close to your colony. I mean, you could, put it directly on the outside or whatever, but then your duplicates have to get an Atmos just to work there. I don't think that's a worthwhile trade-off. So yeah, those are some tips, but basically remove all heat sources that you can. Cool your oxygen, and then implement industrial cooling where you need it in very hot areas. Yeah, steam actually fits as a good point there. Steam turbines with thermal aqua tuner and pipe liquid around the base is the best one. Yep, that'll keep your base very, very cold. So same situation as this. The way I'm keeping my industrial brick cooled here is just having an aqua tuner with a bypass and radiant liquid piping were in the areas that I want to keep slightly cool. Now, the temperature here is a little bit hot at the top, but I'm mostly focused on cooling just where these refineries are, and I'm putting most of this heat into here anyway. Now it is quite hot. I should probably use ceramic here, so at some point I'll have to change that to ceramic because it is producing a little bit too much heat for my liking, but that's not too big of a deal. Weezeworts are also good, and they can be free as well. Although if you plant them with a pip, they only produce 25% of the cooling. I believe they only cool 25% of the air around them or something instead of the full amount. So that's free cooling though. I mean, if you have 4 of them, it equals 1 regular Weezewort, and then you don't have to supply it with, I think it's phosphorite that Weezeworts take. Which you usually have a lot of anyways if you're on Drecos, so I suppose it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's phosphorite, okay. So yeah, I mean, even if you have to domesticate them, it's not that bad. One sec, chat, just gonna turn on my fan because it's getting hot already. very humid today, but we have a lot of rain as well. So hopefully the power doesn't go out at all. I actively cool crops that needed and cool minor things like kitchen by cooling the oxygen supply. That is enough. Absolutely. I usually don't cool any more than my oxygen unless there's very hot areas like you said, Kevin, crops or critters that end up being hot. Okay, so is this still not done? How much more research are we waiting for? It's literally like one more go around here. Okay, let's go Devon Lariat. You can use normal water, but I use polluted water for the thermal exchange. Oh, by the way, that's a good point, actually, Fitz. So here's a good thing to highlight. This is going to be part of my next episode of Over Explained, which will hopefully release tomorrow, sometime tomorrow midday. If you need immediate cooling, one of the easiest things to do is just to build a temp shift plate out of ice. So I kind of don't want to make a mess. Well, it's okay, I guess. There's no place where I can't just mop it up. But if you just put a temp shift plate made out of ice anywhere that's very, very hot, particularly on top of bristle blossoms, if you want to cool bristle blossoms down, that temp shift plate will melt almost immediately and create a small amount of liquid that goes over top of your crops, and then that'll help cool the crops for a very long time, actually, because it's water has a very high amount of heating or cooling mass to it compared to oxygen. So that's definitely an option as well. Okay, finally, the biodiesel rocket is done. Let's go for Radbolt from here on out. But of course, we're going to, well, first of all, I should launch this, make sure everything's good first. I have water. I mean, whatever. There aren't ammo suits anyway. As long as I have oxygen, which I have 20 kilograms of oxygen, I should be good. Okay, let's launch another rocket. One-way trip to, doesn't matter, wherever. Summon crew, and let's get these guys doing some more databank research. Oh, by the way, am I taking my databanks into here? I hope so. Where's my databank collection? It's all in here, right? Databanks inside of this thing. It's on high priority. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go. Damn, look at how much tablets that you lose just off the launch. I think my problem is if I see anything that isn't green or blue, I think it needs to calm down ASAP. Okay, so that's just like an anxiety thing that you sort of have to convince yourself is you don't have to worry about, right? I know it's kind of difficult, but realistically, if you just let your base sit at like the levels that you see here, you should be okay as long as you're not growing crops. If you are growing crops, then you have to cool those locally or cool down the base. So there's nothing else in the base that really needs to be at a certain temperature besides like bristle blossoms or mealwood. And then there's, critters, obviously, but those are either going to be very, very cold. Like the phlox wants to be in a very cold environment. And, like the lums want to be probably a little bit hot. So there's certain criterias, obviously, for all that. But I would say if you have a lot of sort of anxiety about the heat, then just try to play a couple cycles with the heat and see where your failure points are. And then you can always rewind time if you have autosaves on, right? And then you can be like, okay, so I know my mealwood's about to overheat, so let me build infrastructure to protect that and just let the rest of the base do its thing. Or like I said, just remove all heat producers. You don't have to have things in your base that are producing heat. Okay, so biodiesel, let's go. And of course I want to go up here. So we'll build another row of ladders to this. Laxatov says, I embrace the heat. Heat can be like, yeah, heat is not too big of a deal. I like to keep things cold just so I don't have to worry about things overheating, but that's because I normally have bristle blossoms. If I didn't have bristle blossoms constantly in my playthroughs, it would be different. Why do I have a tile here? I don't remember building that at all. I might have accidentally clicked it or something at some point. Okay, let's build some space scanners on this side. Go all the way over here. And then we'll come down this way. Put another scanner up just to help us find more asteroids or whatever. Do another round of go like that, kind of. And then what else? Power. I guess I can do gold until I cross the rocket's path, and then I'll do steel. And everything else should be, yeah, everything else should be regular, or should be insulated wire, so I'll disconnect that stuff. We can disconnect all this, since we're no longer worried about the heat. Okay, looking good. And then we should have, yeah, 4 kilowatts, more than enough power. But we have this too we have to delete. That should be okay now. Hey, what's up, Charlie on Twitch? Charlie says you can make infinite biodiesel with Talon Gear Bomb. Tallow Gear Bomb. Oh, I got the water here again. So right now my biodiesel production is just a typical... Where do I keep getting the water from? I don't understand where the water keeps coming from. This is not the ideal place to have a liquid lock like this, obviously. It might be ice that just melted that fell from the top, to be honest. That's probably what it is. So here's my biodiesel production currently. I'm pulverizing slime into Phyto oil, and then I have, well, this doesn't matter. I should be doing more. I don't know why there's no slime being produced at the moment, but anyways, I have it going to the emulsifier, which is waiting for Phyto oil, and then I have the biodiesel here in the liquid reservoir. So, not sure where the slime is, by the way. Let's take a look. I have 14 tons of slime somewhere. Maybe it's just not a high enough errand. I don't know. Oh, maybe they just left. Maybe the people who were supposed to be doing it just left. I don't know. But nonetheless, let's see. I'm pretty sure I need a gas tank for this, or a liquid fuel tank for biodiesel. This is the part. Trying to find this is always it always gets me. Large liquid oxidizer. I don't want that. I want the large, not the cargo. I never, for some reason, find this on the first try. Steam engine. Cargo. Oh my goodness, where is it? Large liquid cargo. Where is the large? It's supposed to be... Do I not have it ready? Maybe it's just not done. Solid oxidizer. Well, I need a solid oxidizer anyway, so let's just build that. And then I need a thing on top of that. I also dislike the heat, but over time, I learned you can leave some things hot. So when I first started building, like taming volcanoes and vents and geysers and such, I used to be very nervous about the heat, that I would just sit there and watch my my geyser, make sure it didn't overheat, and try to like baby it. But then that's kind of the easiest way to get over the heat and, you know, things like that. It's just to build something that is tolerant of the heat and then watch it do its thing. I keep my colony in water storage tanks surrounded by Wheezies. Says Blackstuff. Hey, Secret Squirrel 69. Hey, Ethan and everyone. Haven't caught a stream in a long time. How's it going? It is going great. Thank you so much for coming by. Actually, it's not going great. I'm out of power for some reason. So that's not good, is it? Why am I out of power? So, this has a load. Oh, whoops. We just deleted a big part of our infrastructure here. That ought to do it. we can't be out of power. It's not going to work out for us. Okay, so we'll build a couple of these. I guess I do need to have gantries here at some point, because this is not going to... I don't think the ladders are going to work very well long term. I mean, I guess it can shoot in the space as it is, but I can delete these things as well. And I should be able to get back from this direction. So other than the power problem, it is going well. Thank you for coming by, Secret Squirrel. Nice to see you. Doing good. Good to hear. How's your colony going, Secret Squirrel? Have you been playing lately? I just noticed that rubber tiles are supposed to resist water pressure. You could try to use them for your infinite storage. I could use them for my typical water pools. Really? I think I read something about that, but I completely forgot. So let's see. Rubber tiles are designed to resist damage from liquid pressure. Ah, okay. So that would simplify this a whole lot, wouldn't it? Like, I would still be inclined to use insulated tiles, but I guess if it was, maybe I'll try that for the next one. I'll build something over here. Well, I already have this, so this is already done. On my next liquid storage, I'll try it. I don't remember if Wheezies can turn water into ice on that setting, though. Do you know that, Ethan? Can turn... Sorry, excuse me. Hopefully that didn't come through. I don't know if they can turn water into ice. I think water has way too much. I think the specific heat capacity is too high. I mean, I'm sure over time you could, but that would take quite a while. So Charlie says Gear Bomb is 10 kilograms tallow plus water melts into 80 kilograms tallow biodiesel. You can just repeat the process over and over and have infinite biodiesel. That's a good idea. Maybe I might try that. Let me write that down as something to work on after my slime is gone. Okay, thank you, Charlie. It's noted. I'm gonna work on that when I have the infrastructure already in place. I think it can't be because of volume, right? Would only be a problem after thousands of cycles being used, I think. I don't know. I never tried that. Nails almost killed himself again. He almost drowned. Hey, thank you, Crimson Riots, for the sip of Eska. Welcome to the stream. Willy Wonka, was that your nails or was it my nails? I think my nails has been renamed. So it must have been your nails. He almost drowned. I wasn't watching, so... Oh, I guess he can't drown in this one because it's... They should all have the swimming ability. Okay, so we'll have some oxalite coming in here. I think my oxalite refinery is still working, hopefully. Should be. And then let's see if I can find the correct module to put on here. I don't know why this is so difficult for me to do. I'm going to blame it on the game, though. Liquid cargo, solid oxidizer. No, where's the liquid? I want to store liquid. For bio... Oh! Oh, is it because the biodiesel... no, it doesn't get put into here. Where the hell do I put the biodiesel if I can't put a module on here? Why am I having such a hard time with this? Liquid cargo tank. See, here it is. Large liquid fuel tank. Ah, it took so long for me to look for that. It always happens. I never see it immediately on there. It throws me off so much that it's not an alphabetical order, or that it's not really sorted in any meaningful way. I know it's a skill issue on my end, but I mean, I'm still gonna blame the game. Okay, everything else should be looking good. Finally getting the rocket up and going. We'll have a battery on here as well. Battery. There it is. And then, of course, we're gonna pipe this in. Oh, we want to put the module on the bottom. I know I always get flack for that. I like to have the modules on the top because I think it looks more like a real spaceship. But I see your point, chat. You should always have the module on the bottom, so it makes it easy for your duplicates to get in and out. So definitely not going to win that argument. Okay, so battery is fine. I think we'll do a large solar. By the way, are they coming back? Yes, they are. In 12 seconds. I didn't know if I set a round trip, so I was kind of worried for a second that they might not come back. Okay, let's build some more. I think the solar panel will be okay to build. We'll use pearls, obviously. I don't want to use diamond for that. That's crazy. And then maybe a regular nose cone for the time being. I just want to get databanks to get Radbolt research. So I don't think I'm going to harvest. I don't think I need to harvest stuff right now. Like, what's here? Oh, there's actually databanks here. That might be useful. For basalt, coquina, wristwatch. Maybe I will. But no, I need diamonds, I think. I don't have enough diamonds to supply that. My diamonds keeps going down. Your nails? Hey, what's up, Nacho? Nice setup, he says. What is the process for setting up sensors to defend against meteorites? Oh, good question. We're about to see that right now. By the way, so there's a meteorite coming in. But by the way, I have a video on space which explains all about the space part of the game. I actually have 3 videos. The first one is about how to get to space and how to do the defense. The second is about building rockets and launching a rocket. And the third one is rocket missions. But to give you a TLDR outside of the video, you just want to have your space scanner set up. Your space scanners, you want them to be far apart because they scan a certain part of the sky, and if you overlap them, it's not doing anything extra. And then you want to have them set up to an automation wire. When they detect a meteor, they're going to send the green signal, and you want to flip that green signal into a red signal using a NOT gate, and then that will close all the bunker doors for your colony. Only big issue with this is that it's very power demanding. Like, this thing takes 120 watts each. So if you have a low power producing colony, like mine is right now, I don't really have enough power to really support anything beyond this. These might not open and close in time, and your meteor is going to smash into your colony. So that's one way to do it. The second way would obviously be the blast shot. Where's the blast shot? I don't know if I have the blast shot unlocked yet. No, there's the meteor blaster. And again, this covers a certain portion, so you'd have to stack these apart, sort of like that, and then just feed them rockets, and it can shoot the meteors as it comes out. Now, that's kind of easier because you don't have to spend the power and the infrastructure for these bunker doors. So like, the space scanners are obviously easier to set up. It's just to set it and forget it, but it takes a lot of power to close these doors all at once, especially if the doors are very, very long. The blast shots don't need the doors, but you have to supply them with a lot of blast shots, and that requires materials and power. So let's see if they're you should see this happen pretty soon, because it's coming in 0.8 cycles. So you'll see it flip the switch here. I'll catch up with the chat while you watch that happen. It's very convenient because you only need to medical skill dupes. It's a labor trade-off, but only need water and no need for bleach stone. Okay, well, that might be a way to do it then, Charlie. Like I said, I did write it down so I could go and set that up once I have the rocket actually built and up and running. So I will do that, actually. That sounds like a great idea. How many per area? So all you have to do is, okay, I don't know if it shows this in the vanilla game or if it's a mod that I'm using. If it is, it's called show building ranges. So just set them up. You want at least 2, because you want your network scanning to be as high as possible, and it will tell you right on the coverage. If you hover over it, it will detect meteors a certain amount of time before they get to the base. So the more scanners you have, the faster, or the more it will, the more notice your colony will have to shut these doors. There's like a certain these doors close in a certain amount of time, so as long as these detect within that time frame that the doors are about to close, you'll be fine. I don't know what that time is, but if you have 2 scanners, that should generally be enough. 3 obviously is a more ideal. The closer you get to 100, the better you'll be. Sorry, I know you want Ethan to show you, but I say things sometimes in case I'm... Oh, it's okay. There you go. So you got the switch just flipped. You got the meteor detected incoming, and these things close, and it should defend your base. Now, the problem with my current setup, and like I have to stress this, do not copy this setup and expect it to work perfectly, because when these bunker doors open, it will drop all the material into your base, which is what's been happening to me, especially with all the ice that has been falling, and then the ice melts, and then it creates problems with this liquid lock. So don't copy this exactly. You have to have some sort of infrastructure here to protect yourself. I just wanted to get rockets up really, really quick, so I didn't build anything to fix that with. If you have the blast shot the meteor blast shots, you don't really have to worry about that. Okay, so let's get some biodiesel in here, and then we can start doing some missions. Oh, we have to do the cockpit as well. So we'll. Oh, I kind of wish I had blueprints installed right now, so this would be a lot easier. But I basically have to rebuild all this in my other rocket, so that's fine. Not that big of a deal. We'll build a telescope. Actually, we'll destroy this. Build a telescope there. Okay, so we'll build a... I don't really need a door here. That door's not really doing anything. Just build a couple tiles and 2 things on there. A couple of these guys. We'll do wood tiles, but no, we'll do carpet. I have lots of... And then we'll do plastic up here. But first, I want to have some water coming in. Because we're going to have a toilet. Obviously, the toilet facing out. Okay, we need this thing. Build it here. Oh, not there. Build it here, and then the telescope. Need the power. What's it called? The power thing. Where's the power output? I don't know where. I never remember where that is. That thing here. And then, of course, with the mini fridge. Orbital data. Collection labs. We'll have some storage tiles. Probably 2 or 3 of these. And then once we get this built, we can build the plastic radiation protection. Okay, so we'll let the duplicants do that. The meteors are gone, so let's do another mission. We'll do it right here. That's fine. And summon crew. How long does it advance? How long in advance does it sense the meteors? It depends on how many you have. But yeah, it's the rocket ones that you can overlap if you hit more. I think at least that's what I think. Most of the time, it doesn't matter what you do. What do you think? Yeah, it's the rocket ones are really useful if you don't want to build all these bunker doors. The bunker doors really help you. Sorry, the meteor blaster really helps you because you don't have to have any infrastructure to destroy whatever meteor substances lands on top of your bunker doors. Like, I'm pretty sure I have ice here now, or whatever. Probably, I don't know what came in here, but you know, it's just kind of annoying to have everything fall through or have to clear your bunker doors afterwards. And that's a lot of infrastructure to build as well, depending on how you want to do it. You can do like crushers with mechanized airlocks, or you can have miners which get hot, so you have to cool them. So the whole bunch of considerations you might want to have if you do bunker doors. I think the meteor blasters are definitely way better off in the long run. Okay, let's get the incident liquid piping here for... I already have biodiesel here, so it's just a matter of connecting it like that. And then putting a plumbing pipe onto there. Now we have power as well. We're going to charge the battery, of course. It should be made out of steel. Whoops. Make it out of steel. I have plenty of steel. I should not be skimping on that. Now it says unreachable dig, or unreachable build, which is kind of annoying. I might need a gantry here. Gantry. Something like that. So we can get up there. I'd prefer not to use gantries whenever possible because they take a lot of power, I think. If I remember correctly. Okay, so build that. It's sucking power the whole time for the doors? No, it's only when the doors are functioning. You can copy the setup if you have the miners. Forgot the name. Yeah, it's a lot, but if you're producing enough power, you should be okay. My concern is that I don't have a sustainable source of natural gas because I'm running out of diamonds very slowly. So I need more pin pockets at some point. By the way, I didn't mean to try to see if I can build more pin pockets. Like, for some reason, it allows me to build pin pockets behind the auto sweepers, and that just doesn't seem like it will work for me as like when I finally am ready to set them in. We'll see. Lack of oxygen production. I don't know. It's again. Holy smokes. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Oh, because we have no fertilizer. We have no lime. Yeah, that would be a problem. No, we have 7 tons of lime. So these things just have to... Got a little bit of a priority issue here. Set these to 9. I can't have these go down. Starvation? Oh, do I have no food here? Oh, no. I have no food on my rocket. Where are they? Oh, did I not launch the rocket yet? Oh, well. Okay, you guys can leave the rocket. I thought I launched you guys into space. Okay, let's deal with one thing at a time. Why do we not have lime for this? I have 7 tons of lime. And it's all inside here, and it's there. Okay, well, maybe it's because the priority wasn't high enough. Let's make some more lime. Surely I have a rock crusher somewhere that can do this. Is it probably in here? Right here. Let's make a lot of lime. How about 99 lime? And we'll put that on high priority. I guess I have lots of fossils as well. Fossils would probably be better, but that's okay. I already queued it up. And then we got to get that delivered ASAP. So I should have lime going into here as well. Lime should be being put into here at a high rate, allow manual use, and then these can distribute it to my plants. Something like, click it, something like this. Should be okay. Now we're cooking, chat. Oops, I totally messed that up. How can you not reach this? That should be a reachable build. What do you mean? Oh, because the water level has dropped. That's why we have the problem, chat. That's my bad. Anyways, let's get this built ASAP. I guess, yeah, when the water level drops eventually, you do end up running into these situations. Ethan is not worried on this because of the free energy with the tidal vents. That's true. They do produce a lot of free energy. Like, you literally don't have to do anything for them after setting them up. It's just the natural gas that I'm a little bit worried about. So we'll see if we can increase our diamond production. And then now that we have these guys... Yeah, see, it won't let me plant it. I kind of knew that would be an issue. I just think that you can't plant behind the auto sweeper. You can build this behind the auto sweeper, just not plant it for some reason. I just got a notification, but it didn't show up on my Twitch side. Dan is now following me on Twitch. I was thank you for the follow, Dan. Yeah, I'm not showing up on the screen for some reason, but thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Unless you have rockets, you can just let them hit. That's true too. Yeah, that's what I did with my telescope, by the way. If you just have to go to space temporarily just to get some data banks started, because remember, data banks are given from a telescope just by researching the surrounding area of your asteroid. Telescope is somewhere under here. It's literally right there. So you can let it hit as much as you want afterwards. Okay, do I have food in here now? They should be bringing barbecue in here. I have pemmican, but so let's bring some barbecue. I'm pretty sure I have lots of barbecue. Yeah, I have lots of barbecue. That's fine. So bring some barbecue in here. Will they do this if it's grounded? I think so, right? There we go. Trivaldo. Trivaldo's on the job, and then I can send them away. I got some more databanks for us. Okay, let's go back to this rocket. How are we doing in here? I've just reached dumping a ton of heat from like 3 metal refineries into steel into a heat room and expanding steam energy. So now I've been able to get back to the point where I can make everything. Hell yeah, that's a good starting point for getting your asteroid up and running. Steel and plastic are the 2 big bottlenecks that you'll probably come across, and then you'll be fine. Okay, so this is all connected. We want a place to store some plastic to bring in here, so we'll get that on high priority as well. We'll have this grounded, obviously. We don't want to have copy the settings for here, go back to there, use whatever settings we have there, and then a couple mess tables. And I think that's it. Oh, other than the aeropods and such. Just something to... Oh, and oxygen, too. I forgot about the oxygen. What am I making these out of, by the way? I hope it's not diamond. Oh, it is out of diamond. Well, that's probably not the best idea. Let's make them out of pearls. On the account of... we don't have a lot of diamond. And then what else am I storing in here? I always forget. So we got plastic. That's it. All right. Plastic is good enough. Okay, now we need some plastic tiles up here. Should be good. And then we need to bring oxygen in here as well. So put it somewhere here, probably. Nope, cancel that one. Okay, and then the oxygen is coming from that one. Yep, okay, all good. And the oxygen infrastructure is already done, so we can just pipe that across. Hopefully this doesn't melt. I guess I'll build this out of obsidian or something. It's gonna heat up the oxygen a little bit, but not too big of a deal. And then into there. Okay, cool. Once you reach steel, everything is optional, like supercoolant and whatnot. That's true, yeah. Supercoolant, I mean, supercoolant's useful for late game builds, but you can make it through the whole entire game by never having supercoolant. It's just like a cool thing to have, like, oh wow, I don't have to, I can use like the best water ever now, or the best coolant ever type thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll change this the location of where I have these pin pockets, or maybe I'm not opposed to making this bigger. The only problem is I don't want to cover this up. I want to have this available for some reason. So the pin pockets, they are 35 degrees. I think 40 degrees is the minimum. So I have to find water that's 40 degrees. I think down here is the best option. So let's just do a whole bunch of pin pockets in this area, and then we'll do some automation or something for them. Actually, whoops. Let's do... we'll spread them out a little bit because I think they can't be built side by side. And then we'll do auto sweepers and all that jazz as well. Sort of like, yeah, we'll do this. Bring some power into here. And by the way, we'll also redo all this power network. So we'll let our duplicants work on a bunch of stuff, and then we'll get back to it. I think this level is not even you have reached yet, Ethan. I would love to see it one day, but though you're mostly focused on us noobs, I'd love to see that. Sorry, I missed the message there, I guess. I don't think I've ever talked about this, chat, but do you know about flaking the abyssalite for tungsten? It's crazy to even think about that, not gonna lie. Flaking it into tungsten, I don't think so. Let me check the database. So I know in I think it's tungsten the one that you can make infinite of. No, I'm thinking of something else. Nobium, maybe? No, I don't know. I don't know about that. There's a lot that I don't know about this game, surprisingly. I'm always learning because the game just never Like there's so many layers to this game. I think it's very difficult to know every single aspect of it. If you do, then congratulations. I mean, definitely not something that I can that I can remember. And you have a crab hole to get all the lime. Well, the crab hole is more of just a deterrence for my duplicates not to pee their pants. If the duplicates pee themselves, that's when it's not my fault. They get dropped into here. But I haven't had to do that yet. Sorry for talking to chat, by the way. I'm locked in out of nowhere. Today, I think I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. My mind just doesn't stop. That's okay. No, it's all right, Fitz. You're more than welcome. Hey, thank you for the follow on Twitch, Soul Rager. What's going on? Nice to see you. No, Fitz, by all means, you do not have to apologize. Yeah, go away, Travolta. Kind of an unrelated question, but will you start the Space Age play? When will you start the Space Age? Probably in about 1 to 2 weeks from now. So this week coming up, like I said before, my schedule's going to be a little bit weird. I'm probably going to stream on Wednesday, but probably not on Friday. And then the Sunday will be the 1 year streaming anniversary. And then probably following that, we'll do or sometime around next week. Yeah, probably sometime around next week we'll start Space Age. Hey, what's up, Edward? They can be side by side. I use pin pocket vertical placed. Okay, so I have them side by side here as well. I'm not sure why I was thinking that they can't be side by side. I think it's because I'm not sure why, but probably due to the fact that when you click on it, it shows that they protrude past the tile or whatever. But I do have them side by side up here. Just my mind does weird things like that sometimes. But thank you for letting me know. I'm quite happy with keeping them like this because it should mostly be automated anyway with the auto sweepers. So I'm not too stressed about having to use extra space or whatever. What else do I need for these? I need to have refined carbon, right? So I'm gonna have to send that. Actually, I don't have to send that down. I'm just gonna put the refined carbon maker, the kiln actually, into here. Put this probably right here is the best option. Actually, put it somewhere where I don't have to use a bridge. Yeah, right here. Put a kiln somewhere here. No, please, Chad, never apologize for talking a lot or asking too many questions. It's, in fact, I have to apologize sometimes if I miss something that you guys say. So you can chat as much as you wish. It actually is more helpful for the channel if you chat randomly, because then the YouTube thinks, oh wow, this chat is like really good, everyone's excited to be here, so I'm gonna send this stream out to more people. So you never have to apologize for chatting. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a conveyor loader. And then we'll put some receptacles right here. And then a conveyor bridge, or sorry, conveyor rail, and then we'll put a way to make ourselves, a way to automate this as well. Well, I mean, to an extent, storage with some storage bins. I'll use a cool storage bin. I know I'm sort of blocking this this background artwork. I'll probably move it in the future. I just want to get it up and running so I don't have any problems. Actually, my diamond has gone up a little bit. If they pee their pants, they do deserve to die. That's a good idea. I mean, I thought so, right? Now, they did pee their pants earlier in this playthrough because I accidentally plugged up so I have my washrooms on an infinite loop, so it does not require any water usage. So I accidentally plugged up this liquid reservoir for some reason. Oh, it was because I was bringing in polluted water with the bottle drainer. So I plugged this up and the reed fibers could no longer keep up. So the water wasn't draining from the washrooms. And then they started to pee their pants. That was my fault, I will acknowledge. So I did not punish or sentence anyone for punishment for that. But if they pee their pants because they get stuck out here and they can't make it back to the base, that is 100% their fault. I have transit tubes set up all over the place so they don't have... Look, I even have 2 here. So That is 100% their fault if that happens. So refined carbon. And then over here we'll do... Well, let's see if I have coal. I don't think I have no coal left. Okay, so we'll do gumwood maybe. I should have lots of gumwood. For some reason the game is saying I have 0. Yeah, I should have lots of gumwood. Anyway, so there's my infrastructure ready to go. And let's do some missions on space. I've been neglecting the space mission. So this one should be ready. I have food. Should be good to go. Let's go. Summon crew. And then let's take a look at the other rocket. The other rocket is slowly, which... Oh, these are in the wrong spot. I should drop these one. It looks not cool like that. So we'll have to rebuild it. And then I guess the Joya seeds. They're probably the best. Soul Rager says, dude, I found your VODs on YouTube. Great stuff for a noob like me. Glad to catch you live. Thank you so much, Soul Rager, for the kind compliments. That is so nice to hear. Glad you could make it to say hi, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the VODs. Very nice stream, though. Much better bouncing an idea off a bunch of people who know what they're talking about rather than a streamer not wanting any help. Absolutely. The community here is... I'm so blessed to have such a wonderful community with you guys always showing up and not only helping me, but also helping new players out. Because the chat has helped me immensely on my first couple playthroughs. So as much as I like to make videos on the early game, I was never a fan of late game. So I'd always like stop playing or restart or just go into sandbox and fix stuff that was broken, like, you know, like playing offline. And, you know, playing on stream, I don't want to do that. That's kind of defeats the whole purpose of a playthrough when you're playing for the enjoyment of other people as well. So I've learned a lot from chat just based on playing through the game on stream. Search it up, Ethan. You basically have 2 natural tiles of abyssalite connected by a gas, like chlorine, to a diamond tile. Heat the tile with something really hot, like liquid carbon or liquid nobium, and that will flake the abyssalite into small chunks of tungsten. Okay, I'm gonna write that down as well. So I already have Charlie's suggestion about making the infinite biodiesel, so I am going to search that up as well. Thank you, Fitz. I'm gonna look into that. That's just because I called you out on what you were doing to the bathroom, says Kevin. Do the dupes have any repercussions from filtering sewage with germs still in the bathroom? No. They are absolutely fine to wash their hands and to use it to flush the toilet and so on and so forth. I save gumwood for latex, but then again, I don't farm it outside my nature reserve. Yeah, so I've been farming it for the entire game with these, and I've accumulated a whole bunch. So I don't mind using a little bit for the, what's it called, for the refined carbon. But that being said, I do have a ton of wood from these natural arbor trees that the pips are also, well, the pips are also not domesticated. So I have so much wood, I think. Yeah, I have 127 tons. So I could use that as well. I should probably get more pips in here so they keep producing more. I don't have these domesticated, by the way. If you notice, this is a nature reserve. And it's kind of a wasted nature reserve because the duplicates never have to come in here. Hey, thank you, Shanks, for the subscription on YouTube. Hell yeah, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. So this is all... I use the pips themselves to plant the arbor trees in natural tiles, and then I just put them in here to feast while they are... while they're hanging out. So nothing here is domesticated. Made a mess. Oh, Sophie Cunningham, why? Why can't you use the bathroom? Oh, is it because it's ungrounded? Okay, that was my bad. See, okay, I'm not gonna punish them for that, chat. That was 100% my... And I forgot to launch the rocket again. Damn it. It's because I keep... I keep talking too much and forgetting to actually launch. Let me just make sure they're all good in here, and I'll actually send them on a mission this time. Sophie isn't a... You know what? Let me get Sophie to take off her suit. It's going to create a little bit of a mess. That's okay. We'll mop that up quickly. And then we'll get them back in the rocket. And this time I'm actually going to launch the rocket instead of sitting on the pad. Automation to give back the Ibisylite to the high-end materials like Itzelite is necessary too, but, you know, creating stuff that you would never even think about. Well, that's what makes the Omni community so good, is that there's always constantly people exploring the limitations of the game and trying to figure out what kind of cool stuff that you can do. And it's honestly just so much fun to kind of read about all those different things. Wait a minute, why is it Destination 2? Do I not have... Oh, I don't have any... Yeah, I don't have any of this. So let me move this up one. Move this module... How do I move this module up? I thought for sure there's a way you can just move this module. Why don't they do this first? Oh, they probably can't get up here. Is there no way to move this module up? I thought there was like a button for it. Anyways, I'll just build another one of these. It's not a big deal. Let's destroy all this. I'm surprised we haven't seen a cat today on stream, chat. There's no cats around tonight. You need 8 pin pockets for 1 drill, so the more densely packed, the better, says Edward. Okay, noted. So my diamonds are going down pretty quickly. It was at 10 when the stream started, so I lost 1 ton in about... how long have I been streaming for? Streaming for an hour... Well, it's way over there. Hour and 20 minutes, so that's not bad. I do need to build a lot more, though. It's fertilization, refined carbon. Well, you know, if you guys finish this quicker, we'd have some more refined carbon here. So gunwood will make 99. Should be fine. Shouldn't be too big of a deal to have this here, hopefully. And I just need this done. Let's go. Taking forever. What's happening now? They should be okay in here. Why are you guys complaining? You have oxygen, you have food, you have toilet water. Everything's good. No more complaints, please. That's the reason I stayed. I love the fact that Ethan is just a chill dude. Thank you, Fitz. I try not to take things too seriously, so I'm glad that you guys enjoy. Cheers. You are so super stupid for getting to launch the rocket. I never do that. Nope, never. It doesn't happen at all. Nope, never. I sense some sarcasm, Kevin. I did it twice in a row, so I'm pretty disappointed for failing to do that twice. Like once I could see it happen, but twice in a row, that's pretty bad. Okay, what have we unlocked so far? Nuclear reactor. Actually, nuclear reactor would be great on this asteroid, chat, because, you know, I don't want to do petroleum boiler again. I always do petroleum boiler. So maybe let's do nuclear in a stream or two. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to clean up a lot of... Maybe I'll put it right here. This seems like a perfectly good spot to build a nuclear reactor. Actually, I could probably make this steam area be the nuclear reactor. This is kind of in the way, but you know what? That's okay. I can just literally keep this the way it is and sort of never have to worry about it. Perhaps that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll clear all this out, make a nuclear reactor here. Where am I sending the salt water, by the way? Oh, this is just cooling. This is just cooling. This has been working for so long, chat. So this is part of my... I forgot which video it was, but I did a video on this a couple weeks ago where I'm cooling the oxygen inside of the hot polluted oxygen vent. Remember, this comes out at 500 degrees, and I'm cooling the oxygen with this liquid pump that's just constantly running. And the oxygen is so easy to... I mean, granted, it's dormant now, but this has been set up for 500 cycles. Okay, so for 500 cycles, I've been cooling the oxygen in here. And then this water is only 22 degrees. All right? So just to give you an idea of how easy it is to cool these things, like 500 degrees is nothing because the polluted oxygen is so bad at maintaining heat. So anyways, So that's what this is doing. So I probably don't want to... maybe I could put that into here, relocate that. I could literally just put it into here as well and keep it at 30 degrees. Whatever I decide, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But you know what? Let's do that. Let's move this over. Do something like this with it. We'll keep the water here, actually. All right, we'll keep the water, and then we'll start to dig this area out. I don't really want the water to get mixed up in here. It's gonna be kind of annoying. So maybe I'll do a little bit of crafty building in here to try to avoid that from happening, and put some ladders in here so we don't get stuck, just in case the water level drops or whatever. And then I want to push this water in as well. So we'll take this out. And I'll put a nuclear reactor here at some point. I think that's the way to do it. All right, so that's it. Nuclear research reactor it is. We'll put it right here. Not this stream, but I'm going to get it started. Hey, what's up, Weird Tokenish Figure? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Cheers, everyone. By the way, 89 people here on YouTube and 14 on Twitch. Welcome, everybody. So nice to have a big audience tonight. Be sure to hit the like button. That would be amazing. I just got the rockets, and guess who ran out of steel, says Jess. Jess Tickles. Nice. Welcome to the stream, Jess. Nice to see you. Nice name, by the way. Yeah, I like that. Shing says, hi, I'm super new. I'm on my first playthrough with many bumps. So much fun. Always interested to see experts and then me trying to mimic horribly at times. Well, Shinx, if I appreciate the compliment. I am by no means an expert, though. I'm very modest. I know that I can do a lot better. But yeah, my YouTube videos are catered for people who are new at the game. So check them out if you have any issues with anything at all. And by the way, let me know in the chat if you need some help with something specific, because I'm more than happy to help. What kind of volcano is that? So are you talking about this in particular? This is a hot polluted oxygen vent, and it just makes oxygen, polluted oxygen, at 500 degrees. But 500 degrees is so easy to manage because the oxygen really sucks at holding heat. So to give you a little bit of TLDR, by the way, I have a video on this as well. Every single substance in the game has what's called a specific heat capacity. So if you go to polluted oxygen, or actually oxygen 2 would work, but if you scroll down to the very bottom, the specific heat capacity of polluted oxygen is essentially 1. All right, so that's kind of like how much mass, heat mass, it holds per unit of oxygen. The water, however, basically any water is better than oxygen. So here I'm cooling it with brine, out of all things. Brine is not too bad, but it's definitely not the best. So brine has a specific heat capacity of 3.4. So it's at least 3.4 times the amount of oxygen. However, oxygen is also very low density. Like in this chamber alone, per tile, is only about 3,000 grams of oxygen per tile. And I'm sending brine through here that has 10 kilograms per packet. So it's an insane mass difference in not only how much heat it can carry or cooling potential the brine can carry versus the oxygen, but also the density of the substances themselves. So it's super easy to cool. If you ever see a number like this, 500 degrees, it's usually meant to scare off new players, but it's super easy to deal with. By the way, cat. We have a cat somewhere. Hopefully she shows up and I can grab her. Is that an airlock? Yes, I am using the Airlock Door mod. Trapped? Who's trapped? Pit Slave, how did you get yourself trapped in here? You literally don't have to go in here for anything. I guess obviously you did, but let's sweep this out. So, yeah, we don't have to deal with that. I don't want you guys having to go in there and grabbing stuff constantly. That's not the best idea in the world. Okay, so diamond is still going down. Like Edward said, we'll have to build a couple more of these. So not that big of a deal. So we will probably move these over. 13%, 13%. They take a long time to grow. 16 cycles when domesticated. 64 when they're not. So I suppose it's instead of rebuilding them now, I'm going to try to remember to do that when they're oh, I have no more pearls. When they've finally been fully grown, because that 10% is quite a bit when it takes 16 cycles for something to grow. So let's build 2 more of these, and then we'll make some more pearls. Ethan is a noob expert. Yes, I'm what you would call, or I'm what I like to call a hardcore casual. So I love to do casual builds. I love to do new player builds, and that's how I like to get through the game. And and I always forget to do things like getting rockets online. So now we have now we can finally set we have this fully filled. So let's set a destination. 13 tiles. Hell yeah. Let's go for some more research out here. Now, I'm going to be kind of conservative at first because I don't know how long I can sustain my duplicates in space. So let's go 4 tiles and just try to get some more of the star map researched over there. And then when these guys get back, my regular pilots will send them on this rocket instead. I'm always very wary about sending my duplicates into space just in case they get stuck, because I'm not the best at remembering to feed them. And see, no water. I told you, I always forget something. Luckily, I checked that time, but for some reason, I don't have water. Where's my water? Oh, it's just okay. That's fine. For some reason, I just forget to do a lot of basic things on occasion. It's just how my mind seems to work. So there we go. We got the water hooked up. Hopefully we can get that done relatively quickly. And we have all this stuff done too. Other than that, it's ready to go. I could probably put a drill on here actually. So maybe I could put the drill on. That would probably be a lot better actually. I'll put a storage and a drill. So large cargo bay. And then the mining drill. The only problem is I need diamonds for that, I'm pretty sure. Where is it? Where's the drill? I probably can't do the drill until this nose cone is gone. So anyways, we'll put these guys in here. Another gantry. I guess I can delete these now. I don't need to have those. Blocking the rocket. And then same thing with these. Get these set up. I hope that we can get this rocket launched before the end of the stream. It seems like it's taking a long time to launch it at this rate. Hey, what's up, Crazy Sammy? Nice to see you. I need some help, Ethan. What's the missing tile? What's the meaning of life? Ask Crazy Sammy. The meaning of life is to do what you enjoy as long as it doesn't come at the expense of other people's enjoyment. That is the meaning of life. Cheers. Jessica says, thanks, dude. My first ever comment on YouTube Live. Stoked to be here. Hell yeah. Nice to see you. Again, appreciate you coming by, Jessica. And just like Fitz said, yeah, I like your username as well. Careful, Ethan knows Carl Sagan. He'll definitely tell you the meaning of life. That's so funny, Fitz. They should sell dupe cat toys for the cat owner dupe tyrant to torture when playing with their pets. Like, imagine they sold a Gizmo plushie that the cats that you can fill with like catnip, and the cats just destroy it. I lost one of my dupes to a steam vent, and half my colony starved because it ran out of food and water. Okay, so steam vent is the only exception. Shanks. I should have mentioned that. Steam vent is the only exception that is hard as hell to cool or to deal with. You definitely want to wait a little bit longer when you're dealing with that. Now, it's not hard like, oh my god, you can't ever do this when you're new. You can totally get it tamed, but it's... So steam carries... So remember I was talking about specific heat capacity? So if you look at steam... Steam has a specific heat capacity of 4.1 because it's the same as water. Like it condenses in the water. So cooling water with water or is basically not an ideal situation. And also the steam vents usually produce way more steam. The area gets way more dense than the polluted oxygen. And even if you were to condense the steam like I am here, it just turns into hot water, which also carries a lot of heat. So see, it's like it starts to become a problem. So the easiest way to deal with a cool steam vent is, well, actually, I have a video on that. I have a video on how to tame all vents. And I show you 2 ways on how to deal with a steam vent. A very easy way, like a noob way, that is really not sustainable long term, but it works. And then there's the proper way to do it with steam turbines, where you take the steam, like the steam turbines, what they do is they remove the steam, that they suck up steam, they turn it into power, then they take it back down, usually back into the same steam room, and that allows the steam room to maintain its capacity. However, for a steam vent, you want to remove that water and send it into a separate storage area, so you have as least amount of steam in this chamber as possible. So that's kind of how you work with that. Okay, so hopefully they can get this done pretty quick because I want to be able to send a rocket and do a fun space mission. Classic pit slave getting stuck in the pit. I use radiant liquid pipes because I have excessive oxygen. They're always good to use. It was a pit, they belong in the pit. TLDR, always prefer liquids instead of gases, rule of thumb, but not required on all occasions. Ethan knows best by the cold food storage. He's using hydrogen for that. Yeah, so there's a really easy way to do cold food storage with hydrogen. So I like to use, okay, this is very inefficient by like most player standards, but I like to use the thermal regulator because it's such a fun building to use. It's not like, it's literally useless on most situations because the aqua tuner is so much better. So I like to just use it just because why not? I'm basically cooling the hydrogen here with the gas pipe thermal sensor that's sending a signal to the thermal regulator. And when the temperature is above -27, it starts to cool the hydrogen in this loop. And then it cools with a radiant liquid piping the food storage area, which has an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and chlorine gas. So all this food never goes bad. It's deep frozen. It's below -18 degrees, and it's in a sterile atmosphere thanks to the chlorine or carbon dioxide. Either or will work, or hydrogen. And so this will never, ever go bad. It stays here. Now, you might think to yourself, well, why do you have stale food then? That stale food is likely because see how it's sort of when you add more food, sometimes it brings in more heat. So if you have it maintained at the proper cooling, it should never go bad. But also it might just be stale from when I was previously producing food and not storing it in here. So anyways, those are the 2 reasons why it might be like that. Let's take the I don't want to deal with an ore hole right now. It's also 42. That's a good point as well. Hey, what's up, Wesley? I discovered this game last week. I'm loving it. A lot of things to learn. You are helping a lot. Thanks for a Brazilian player. It's so awesome to hear, Wesley. Thank you so much. I have so many fans from Brazil. It's amazing. So thank you so much, Wesley. I'm dying. It was so much fun, even though I was failing. Is True Tiles fixed? Mine keeps crashing the game, says Renee. Renee, look for the mod called True Tiles Fixed. and then somebody has made a version of it that actually does work. Can I see your meteor defense setup, says Kappa? Sure, it's very simple. I'm just using a space scanner connected to automation that has it's connected to a NOT gate connected to all of my bunker doors. So very simple. Go watch my video on space. I have 3 videos on space, and it explains this in a lot more detail. Interesting. I can't even handle plastic yet. Thanks for explaining. So go watch my video on plastic, Shinx. I have a video on almost all new player topics. So my latest video on plastic shows you how to get plastic from all the different ways. All right, and I kind of go through the pros and cons, and I give you very simple novice builds. It does use a little bit of shipping and automation, but for the most part, you can copy exactly what you see and make it work. And obviously, you can expand upon it and make it more efficient on your own. But as far as it goes, they're pretty efficient for what they are. So go check that out if you need help with some plastic. I think it'll help you out a ton. Thanks, because I'm scared of meteors. So yeah, I think the first space video that I have will really help you out on that. I talk about how to get to space and how to protect yourself from the meteors. And then the second space video is how to launch a rocket. So I launch I have a very simple setup to launch a carbon dioxide rocket. And I think that'll help you out a lot. But yeah, that's the TLDR. Let me know if you have any more questions. Where is the diamond nose cone? Do I not have that researched yet? I probably don't have it researched, but it seems like, oh, it's right here. Oh, okay. That needs a lot as well. All right, you know what? That's fine. I'm almost at the rad bolt. Let's just get the rad bolt done at this point, and then we'll go to the diamond. So, whatever. Kind of went in the wrong direction, but that's okay. Okay, so this rocket should be good to go. Destination, we'll send it to, we'll send it to here on a round trip, obviously. And then we'll have the same crew as this one. We want to have Meep and Sophie Cunningham. So Sophie Cunningham and Meep. The nose cone is coming, so that's fine. Charlie says, Tatsu Romo released the True Tiles texture pack for Aquatic Planet. They also made the True Tiles texture pack for Prehistoric that Aki incorporated, but you do need True Tiles fixed. Yes, so whoever, yeah, so I love using True Tiles, so I'm very glad that it's fixed because it's also good for videos, I believe. Now, obviously, it's not the vanilla game if I make a video on it, but at least it lets you see exactly what I'm using for like different builds. So right now I don't have it enabled, but it is working. I can confirm. I just recorded my latest video on True Tiles. Oh, wait a minute, I do have it. Yeah, it's right there. I have gold. What am I talking about? It's because everything looks like the basic, like you said, Charlie. I'm not using I don't have the Aquatic DLC variant enabled, but yeah, so I am using True Tiles. I forgot for a second that this is just the basic. Yeah, no cat today. The cat hasn't come by. I saw her in the corner of my eye, but I guess she's busy doing other stuff today. Probably got some rodents to look out for on the back porch, defending the house. Okay, the biodiesel engine is prepped and ready to go. I guess I don't need the large cargo bay, but it also doesn't hurt to have it on there. So whatever, I'll just leave that. I got batteries, solar panels, everything is good. Everything is good in here. We got water now, I hope. We got oxygen. We got 20 kilograms of oxygen. Everything looks good. I think there's nothing that I'm missing. Oh, aero pots. Let's do a couple aero pots in here, and then we're good to go. What's y'all favorite mods? True Tiles, for sure. Suppress current, which is like if you have something showing a red thing like this, you can click suppress current, and it deletes it from showing up. Obviously, it's useful to have the red notification there, but sometimes you don't want it, so it's easy to get rid of it. By the way, is this automation? Yeah, it should be decaying, right? I'm just thinking, like, why is it... Yeah, decay. All right. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Mods. Okay, True Tiles, suppress current, no long commutes, so it gets rid of the long commutes message there. So like this thing, when it says, actually that was a pretty good notification to keep. I'm not sure why that's not built yet, but that's okay. Get those started. What else? I don't usually use a lot of mods that are not visual or quality of life. So currently I'm using a mod that allows me to choose what I get from the printing pod. That was for the sandbox gameplay that I was doing off stream a couple days ago, I believe. I just keep forgetting to disable it. Basically, whatever's in the description below are my favorite mods on YouTube. I like using the nullifier as a ranch cooler or food cooler. The nullifier is great for that. I just discovered oil. I'm finally stabilizing food and water. That's great. That's great to hear, Shinx. Congrats to you. The nullifier is basically free if you don't count the gas pump. Now, obviously, you have to count the gas pump, but I like to pretend that those that it's still free. Like, it's so easy to make 240 watts. That's like, it's basically free, right? Okay, let's launch this rocket. It should be done now. Get some Joya seeds in here. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll get this going. Fitz says, oh boy, what happened, Fitz? Did I miss a message? By the way, Sammy, did I ever see... Did you say anything about... with my response to the meaning of life? I'm not sure. It was a while ago now. I'm not sure if I skipped you. Hopefully I did not. Shing says, thank you, Fitz. There was a pocket on the second planet that wasn't dangerous, but I need the dupes back on the first planet to stabilize the base. I know I'm not perfect at this, or no, the community. No one... I would say that almost no one is perfect at the game. So I wouldn't be too stressed about... I make mistakes all the time. And I love making the mistakes on stream because at the very least, if it's entertaining enough, it's funny. And then if it's, you know, maybe not entertaining, but it can be educational as well for new players. So either way, I'm glad that hopefully you guys enjoy all the mistakes that happen. Let's build some more gantries here, though. I'm gonna put one more in here, and then we'll launch the rocket. I don't want to have these ladders in the way anymore. I have gantry, so I'm just gonna go full out gantry. Excuse me. Where did my biodiesel engine go? No, what happened to my biodiesel engine? Oh, do I have to destroy everything to get that? What happened? I'm not rebuilding the rocket. That's crazy. I will just reload. Luckily, the save is like literally seconds ago. I am not sure why I accidentally clicked deconstruct on the rocket engine. Hey, thank you for the sip of Eska, Dark Frost. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight, Dark Frost? The new textures look great. Give them a try. I will, Charlie. I will enable them after the stream. I forgot that I did not have that enabled. No, do not deconstruct this. The one who should not be named. Please. Okay, so someone is stuck. That's pretty normal. And then let's get the power down here as well. All right, cool. We got everything ready to go. Charlie, can I be a Travoldo? Charlie, you can be a Travoldo, but do you know how much flack Travoldo gets on a daily basis from this community? Are you sure you want to put yourself through that? I even wrote a journal for the dude that died in the van. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, Luna Lily? Nice to see you. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Thank you, Dark Frost. I had a pretty good weekend. Hope that you did as well. Messing up is entertaining. It is. It is. No one is perfect unless you are a Luma, and then everything is perfect, including having your duplicates in their own peep for oxygen. The only reason I think no one should be committed is printing Travoldo. Other than that, you're good. I exist to irritate your viewers. We all love Trivaldo. Was that Trivaldo deconstructing the rocket? Actually, go back and check. That would be hilarious if it was. It'd be so funny. Charlie, don't do this to yourself, please. Yeah, we finally got the biodiesel. So basically ready to launch it. Yeah, you can be a Trivaldo. You know what we'll do? Because Trivaldo is such a staple on the stream, I'm going to give Trivaldo the nickname Charlie. There you go. We all love Trivaldo, says Dark Frost. I'm not part of the Trivaldo abuse club, says Kevin. Okay, let's see here. Sleet wheat grain? Sure, I'll take sleet wheat grain. Okay, so this is ready to go. Let's launch this rocket. Everything is good. Let's get the crew on board. And let's see how the biodiesel rocket works. Here comes Sophie Cunningham and Meep. Let's go. Okay, please don't melt everything. Please don't melt everything. Nice. It's actually pretty good heat dissipation. Be mindful that if I hate Charlie from now on, it's all his fault. Trivaldo is now being controlled by Charlie in spirit. Can you view the stats of a dead duplicant? My dupe that died in the vent, she's being boiled with the water. I would like to know her stats. I don't think so. I think the best thing that you could do is reload and get the stats and then just keep playing from your save state. I don't believe you can view the stats. Okay, so anyways, let's go down here. Let's make sure everything is ready to go. Got no pearls. Okay, I'm still waiting on the pearls. I'll put those on high priority though, so we actually get the pearls at some point. Let's take a look at natural gas. It's at 900 kilograms, so it has gone down since the start of the stream. So I am having some power problems. So the nuclear reactor should probably be worked on at some point. Yeah, I guess we'll keep building this in. We'll try to push all the water up, and then we'll dig this out. I'll probably go into here like so, and then let the water just sort of spill all over the place here, and then I'll mop that up. Okay. I hope the vent stops soon so I can get her poor body. It's flavored the water they are using. Also, Trivaldo's a dupe, or why are they so famous? So, Trivaldo is famous because he is just particularly lazy in some areas of the colony. So Trivaldo also he's the only one with a stone bed. He's forced to sleep in the stone bed with no decoration. I think Kevin's the only one that sticks up for Trivaldo. There's some other reasons as well, but it's just in general, he's not liked very well by the viewers. Trivaldo also has to deal with a bunch of germs. Like he's allergic to all these bud buddies, so he's constantly having an allergic reaction. Poor Trivaldo. He died putting walls and pipes into the vent. That's unfortunate. Do you have Atmo suits yet, Shinx? Remember to get Atmo suits if you don't have those. Okay, let's take a look at the rocket. We're still going to outer space. Actually, I'm going to adjust the trajectory of the rocket because I don't know how fast this rocket is. So we'll go to here. and then we'll see if it can how much time it takes for it to come back. I'm not sure how fast this is relative to the sugar rocket, and I'm not sure when they come back. I can see how their water. I mean, their water should be okay, but their food and everything is looking. And then I'll send them on a longer mission. Kevin X Travoldo fanfic I see coming. I thought it was another YouTuber. I'm glad sometimes. Nope, it's a duplicate. That's my thing. Plug slugs have made things so much more stable with hatches. Plug slugs are pretty fun to use. I do enjoy it. I used them on my last playthrough. Hey, what's up, Kitty Cats and Sean? Nice to see you both. Welcome to the stream. Cheers, you two. Happy Sunday, Kitty Cats and Sean. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. So we got a biodiesel engine up and running now. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to see some stuff in the way here. We got a biodiesel engine up in space, so it's going to our. I made a mistake, chat. I can't. I didn't get the drill cone, so now I'm sending this rocket, which is more than capable of harvesting materials, into empty space. So it's a little bit of an annoyance in that respect, but nonetheless, I'm still gathering data banks, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't even... No, I'm not. Oh, I'm not gathering data banks at all. It's like, I don't have these on infinite. Oh, it's so stupid. Okay, rewind the stream and forget that happened. Or fast forward. Oh, no. I wasn't even collecting data banks. So, double whammy. Anyways, they're collecting data banks now. So I have to still work on the research to get to the Rat Bull engine, which I'm already mostly done. I'm actually working on applied science, not even the databanks, which is kind of hilarious. And then I'm going to go for drill cone after. So probably not this stream, but at some point we'll get databank research finished for that. And then also, I'm going to build a nuclear reactor here. I've decided we're doing a nuclear reactor because I need power. And usually the way I make power is a petroleum boiler. I usually just take off, where's my oil? I have oil reservoirs somewhere. They're kind of hard to see with the new, oh, there's one right here. I'm sure there's one buried at some location. There's one right here in the water. Oh, then wait, that's a polluted vent, polluted brine vent. So anyways, I have one oil well, whatever, right? So instead of doing an oil well playthrough this time, I have two here, I'm going to be doing a nuclear reactor because it's not something that I usually do. So I want to try to switch it up a little bit. So that's my next thing that I want to work on. I also want to mop this all up. Too much liquid. Well, you know what? The liquid should move over a little bit, and then it wouldn't be too much, would it? Maybe I'll dig those out. Oh, that was a cool sound that this thing made. Okay, and then there's a bunch of slime here. A bunch of slime here from this guy. Whatever. Okay, so anyways. Ethan just Travoldo'd it. I did. Can we scrub Kevin? Can we skill scrub Ethan, please? Kevin has bad stats. Oh my god, Fitz, that is terrible. Why are you being so nice to your son? Travoldo lover needs to be taken out. Oh my goodness. But the kid is not my son. Woo-hoo. MJ replied. I remember when MJ passed away, and the chat was like, it's not the chat. Sorry, this is. Was it MJ that I'm thinking of? Yeah. So I was on my way to work. I think I had. Oh, by the way, a moral support. Thank you for the moral support, Dark Frost. Cheers to you. I was on my way to work listening to sports radio, and somebody said on the radio that MJ has passed away, and I remember thinking, "Damn, Michael Jordan just died? That's crazy." Like I mean, I was listening to sports radio, so I assumed it was Michael Jordan. Like, why would they say MJ on the on the radio? I'm gonna form a union with with Gizmo and shut down this operation. Gizmo's doing fine now. He's doing great. No unions allowed. No unions on. Okay, so 9 cycles to return from 3 tiles away. So it was probably more about 1 tile. So that kind of gives me a good idea of where I need to be for the future big space missions. Gizmo will probably get stuck and not attend. Oh, there's a meteor coming in as well, so hopefully we don't get shut down. By the way, I should build a meteor bunker here because this is creating some problems. Well, what's the best way to go about doing this? I think the best way to do this is to put a transit tube here. Maybe do something like this. Come down into this area. Oh, not that way. Hit the wrong button. And then we'll go around like that. Yeah, we'll do a space-only transit tube, I guess. We'll connect it to the rest of the base later, but for now, a space-only one is fine. And I'll show you what I'm cooking, chat, in just a second. I want to put a layer here so when these bunker doors open, it doesn't drop like hot slime and whatever or ice into this area. So we'll eventually, when these duplicants are done building, we'll eventually close this off. Oh, I'm starving, chat. What should I get for dinner today? Should I just like DoorDash some pizza? I haven't had pizza in a minute. I really don't like using DoorDash, but it's so convenient. Those transit tubes are going to make Tribaldo extra lazy. Well, they're kind of everywhere. Oh, do I have... No, that's not a cat here. I thought I had a cat here. The transit tubes are already everywhere, and I can't restrict duplicants from using them. So unfortunately, Tribaldo gets to be lazy on that one. Homemade meatballs, that's my vote. I could do homemade... Actually, I don't have homemade meatballs, but I have sweet and sour chicken balls from Costco that I could make. And I have the Costco Buffalo Ranch sauce to go with them. So good. So good. Now that being said, I do have... That could also be used for the pizza as a dip. So I don't have to buy myself a dip. And I already have Esca water as well. So all I need to go along with it is a pizza. Pasta with meatballs and cheese. That sounds pretty good. Costco is fire. Haven't been there in a long time. Nice. Here comes the rocket. Let's open up. Costco is fire. Costco is honestly like the most convenient thing ever. Let's delete some of these things. So I used to be... Oh, no, let's not delete them yet. Let's wait till this is done. And by the way, let's build this out of mesh tiles so that I don't trap any hot gases or whatever that's being produced by the rocket. Let's build that like that. And then we'll go... We won't need the ladders at some point. I want to remove the ladders and put another transit access tube up here. Just kind of have them everywhere. Make it a little bit more convenient for the duplicants to work. So we'll build it up. As soon as this is done, we'll finish that. Let's do something like that for now. Hey, what's up, Karita? Nice to see you. Rockets. Yeah, we got a sugar rocket and a biodiesel rocket. So I'm purposely doing rockets that I don't usually build so that this playthrough has a little bit of variety than previous playthroughs. And I'm also decided that I'm going to do a nuclear reactor in this area. So lots of fun stuff I have planned. Because now I'm sort of at that stage now where I'm like working my way towards the end of the game. I don't know if I want to colonize all the planets. I will definitely, obviously, explore all the planets, but I don't know if I want to colonize all of them. So, definitely want to try. Definitely want to try things that I don't normally do, just for the variety's sake. Let's put a bottle emptier here. But what I have been neglecting to do is to sort of play off stream every now and then to clean up the base. Like I have a lot of garbage everywhere that I have to clean up. So I usually do that off stream because otherwise my duplicates would never get anything done. It'd be super boring to just watch them nonstop. What is going on here? Just to watch them nonstop cleaning all stream, because it takes like an hour some days to clean up the street, to clean everything up. So this is for some reason using oh, is it because of this? Why do I have why am I using this? Is connected to the wrong thing, maybe? Potential load is 4 kilowatts. Why is that breaking? I should never be going above 4 kilowatts. I know I have a lot of potential, but it should never be going above 4. Is it perhaps the wrong... No, it's all insulated conductive wire. Interesting, Chad. Interesting. What fuel is the rocket? I know carbon dioxide is one. So this one's sugar. So it needs sucrose. I think that's how you say it. I always not sure how to say that. So I'm making it using my Sweetles here, although it's not very efficient to use these guys. So I'm sort of winding this rocket down, sort of probably in the retirement stage. And then this is biodiesel. So biodiesel is pretty easy to make. I'm compressing slime at the plant pulverizer, making it into phyto oil, and then sending it to the emulsifier to make it into biodiesel. And now apparently there's a way to make this an infinite loop, which Charlie has told me earlier, which I will look into at some point. But for now, oh, this thing keeps... I need bleachstone as well. So that's another requirement that I'm currently having to fulfill. Like if this was going a little bit quicker, I'm not sure why this is taking forever. What happened here that made this not work? I swear that was there before. Whatever. Candy rocket, oh my god, yeah, it's the candy rocket. Sucrose rhymes with gross. Sucrose, okay. Sucrose. Thank you, Kevin. Circuit overloaded again. Why? Okay. Oh, because I'm using the wrong wire here. What rocket was I in? I must have been in this rocket. Yeah, I was in this rocket. I was like, this is fine. The circuitry's fine in here. Even though it's red. It's red because of this. So anyways, I have to just rebuild it. Put that on immediate. The construction. High alert. Okay, this should be ready soon. The O is the normal O in the alphabet. So rose. Sucrose. Sucrose. Sucrose, okay. Sucrose. I love this. I love the the learning how to pronounce words with Ethan portion of the stream. Just so funny. We got research done. Nice. What did we have done? Like, I literally didn't get anything in my... I don't know what that sound was for. I didn't get anything down here. Did I just miss something, like a sub, or... I don't know. I don't see anything. I swear that was the... I really got to change that notification. Because every time I get something, I don't know if it's research finishing or if it's a stream interaction. Okay, let's go for this one. Do you know about it? I'm thinking because the vacuum is good to delete the gas from the rockets. So did I miss something here? Okay, now that I was thinking about it, the back wall tiles on top of the asteroid be deleted now? These ones here, no, they cannot. I guess it's because these are not totally back wall. This is like they're not back wall in the sense that they give you material. But I see, yeah, now your second message makes more sense now. So what I normally do is if the most of the rocket exhaust is exposed to space, it'll eventually clear out. So remember, the rocket exhaust goes down about 7 tiles below this rocket. So if you just built like a little trench, it would mostly get exhausted into space anyways. But I see your point. Yeah, this would totally make it easier if you were to mine this all out, because then it would get instantly deleted. But realistically, the oxygen has nowhere to go anyways at this point. So, or carbon dioxide or whatever this makes. So even if I make a trench for it, it'll take care of itself quite well, I would assume. Weird Tokenish Figure says, okay, when the guy just put under plate, they die in a wobble patch. Sometimes they find food and die. It could be from dig transport down. So transport, is it bad as a bad to put it on? What wobble pitch? Weird Tokenish Figure. I imagine those backwall tiles are behind drywall, as the rest of the planet case and farm view. You know, I've never understood what the point of these tiles were. I think it's just to make it so like you're not exposed to the vacuum of space, because otherwise then you would be, right? Although I think it would be a cool hardcore mode option to be able to delete these tiles and to expose yourself to space wherever you want. Now, that could also be used to your advantage very easily. Like, for instance, if you're getting rid of carbon dioxide, and if you don't use like a sieve carbon skimmer method like this, or the algae terrarium or whatever, you could just literally mine the back tile and send all the carbon dioxide to space. So I think you could probably exploit that. Or you could also, like, cooling, heat would be a lot easier to deal with. You could just vent heat out into space without going all the way up here. So I think there'd be some certain applications where it could be abused, perhaps. Maybe that's why you can't mine it out. But I do like the fact that you can mine out the new areas. Yes, it fits. Yeah, it fits. You're right. It's to represent the asteroid itself. Okay, so we're waiting on my duplicates to do what? I forgot what the next step is in this we're gonna do one more space mission, and then we'll probably call it a stream. Kind of sad, to be honest. I think the top should be deleted. I kind of agree. I think you should be able to do something to make it easier, but then again, I mean, it's not that big of a deal to deal with unless you have a hydrogen rocket. Hydrogen rockets they just melt everything. So in that case, you could probably put it like in this area, or find, I don't know if you could find, no, this is all pretty high. Yeah, you'd probably just want to put it somewhere here. Maybe just raise it up a little bit and see if it fits in. But just mining the back wall does seem kind of cheesy. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Nacho. As I started to talk about it, I was kind of thinking that too. Okay, let's do another space mission, and then we'll sort of call it a stream. Not entirely. I have a community submitted asteroid that somebody sent in, Jay, and he asked me to take a look and send an email along with it. So we'll do that. So 8 tiles, that should be fine. Let's get the crew on board. The crew is on board. Yes, they are. Oh, Sophie Cunningham is so happy. That's great, because she's about to go to space. And by the way, let's take a look. Make sure we do have a return trip on that. Where's the rocket control station? Round trip we do. Okay, cool. I love it when they're so happy. Sorry, I'm watching with my stun. I did text to speech. No worries. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but that's totally okay. If you want to, let me know. Text to speech, always messes up at the worst possible time. Saturn Critter Trap, nice. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, so what we're gonna do, chat, is we'll end the stream here. Like, we'll end the gameplay portion of the stream in about 10-15 minutes when this rocket gets back, and then I have a community submitted asteroid to show you guys. So if you are not aware, I used to do this segment where every Friday night people would submit their asteroids, and new players would ask for advice. More seasoned players would just show off their cool builds and their cool asteroids, and I like both of them. But I stopped doing them when I started playing Factorio, because then there became less time for Ani, and it got put on like the back burner. But if you ever want to send me an asteroid to look over, whether it's you want advice on your asteroid, or you want to show something off that's cool, I'll do it on the following stream. Or if we get a lot of them, I'll do it on like a Friday night or something. Like Kitty Cat said, that should come back. Yeah, so if I start advertising it again, and some of the new players since then that have joined the stream, we can totally start doing that once again. It's a lot of fun because, well, first of all, sometimes those segments would go longer than the actual streams themselves. So it's a lot of fun. Depending on how many asteroids I would have in a night, it would also be like 2 or 3 hours long. So it's quite comprehensive sometimes. So we'll do one tonight. Yeah, yeah, send your Factorio base. That would be so cool. We'll do that. Yeah. I'd love to check out your Factorio base or Stringer's Factorio base. No, that'd be so cool. No, send it. I don't know. I have to look up how to like implement that. But anyways, yeah. So if we start doing that again, like Kitty Cats said, we'll have to just allocate a segment like once a week or whatever. So I'm not gonna like, reply to each individual email. It's not like a personal support type thing. I know some people have asked me to do that, but it's just I like looking at it on stream, and I like to make that a part of the content, right? So I never load it up before the stream. I mean, I just make sure it works, but I don't like play on it or whatever, because I want you guys to get my genuine first impressions. So, and then it's also a fun thing. So anyways, we'll do that today with Jay's asteroid, and he sent an email along with it, and we'll be able to talk about his asteroid a little bit. And then we'll call it there. 140 viewers tonight on YouTube and 15 on Twitch. Hit the like button, guys. That would be so awesome if you guys could do that on YouTube. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do so. But yeah, I'm gonna we'll call it a stream pretty soon, because I can feel myself getting a tad sleepy. So I want to be well awake when I do these segments. I don't want to not give my best. So we'll get these going again. We'll do 50, I guess. We still don't have pearls for all this, but we have 7.5 kilograms of diamonds. So diamonds are going down, but not too bad. It's not too bad. I'll have to make more though. Drop the likes for Ethan. Thank you, Kitty Cats. I just did. Thank you so much, Shinx. But yeah, so Fitz, if there is a way to share Factorio bases, that would be so cool. To like, I would load those up off stream, because I've always wanted to see, like, I mean, I know I could just YouTube it or whatever, right? But I want to play with what you guys have set up, and then I can better understand it. So yeah, definitely, if you want, send that to my email. And by the way, my email is on my About section on the YouTube page, so it's pretty easy to find. Okay, so yeah, I'm not kind of just wandering around right now. I gotta tell my duplicates to do something while I wait for this rocket to come back. So I wanted this to be sucked up into a storage because I can't, for some reason, it won't like go over. I think there's carbon dioxide here that's not allowing the water to flow over. I was trying to mop it up, but it won't do it. So I just wanted to drain it into here. So we'll take some brine, hopefully from here. Yep, here they come. Perfect. Is something trapped or entubed on the top right list? Yeah, it's this telescope. Hey, what's up, Jay? Nice to see. I was just talking about your asteroid, Jay. We're going to do it in like 10 minutes, so you showed up at the right time. So this telescope that was here a long time ago when I started my initial data research just got buried by the meteor showers. I haven't used that since because I don't need it anymore. Good to see the stream is getting more famous now. Lots of new faces. I'm not forced to like the video anymore. I'm free. The telescope is now a fossil. That it is. Yeah, we're just waiting for the rocket to come back, and then we're gonna start that. Take a look at your asteroid. By the way, I'm just gonna turn off my fan now, chat. I'll be right back. When do we get bubbles and cats? A good question. So the cats haven't even came on the stream today, although I do have bubbles nearby. I would really like to not have bubbles hit my OLED though. So when I was talking about like the bubbles, I neglected to think how I would deal with them potentially hitting the screen. OLED screens are not as difficult to clean as most people make them out to be on like Reddit and stuff, but they can be pretty annoying. So I don't know if I want to do bubbles this close to the computer. Now the cats, like I said, I haven't seen the cat in a minute. She came in and then she just left. So she's not here right now. If you guys want, at the end of the stream, I can go get the cat and we'll do a quick cat on stream reveal once again. What happens on the rocket stays on the rocket, says Fitz. The one who mined the telescope will get the Demon Core experience. I don't think it's that bad in there, is it? Not that bad. What were the dupes doing in that spaceship? I have laughing so hard every time you check. Well, they're all out of breath because they use Atmos suits to like I don't have any carbon dioxide filtering in here. So what I do instead is have them come inside Atmos suits, and when their Atmos suits become empty, they just take their helmet off to take a breath of fresh air from the surrounding area. Now, this machine is called the Orbital Data Collection Lab, and they use plastic to make databanks in space. So it's just a super easy way to harvest some databanks. You could use the data miner as well, right? So you could use like this machine here, just put it on your main planet, I guess. But I like to use the Orbital Data Lab, send some rockets into space. Make a short from phone one day. I should do that. I feel like Ethan streams cannot be completed without the cat showcase. Nice, says Karita. Yeah, you know what? I'll get the cat at the end. The radiation is low because of the tiles. Once someone mines it, it'll be a nice path to radiation poisoning, specifically if it's only one dupe. Well, which dupe are you alluding to, Bits? I have no idea. Okay, let's delete these as well. I can build my my tiles to go across to protect my duplicants from falling meteor things. Don't think I have the data miner on my game. I think you have to unlock. I don't know where it is. I usually don't use it, so I don't know when it becomes unlocked. Oh, it's way at the end. Yeah. I almost never use it. I love duplicate noises, especially when they're sleeping. Yeah, it's pretty cute. The whole game is just super. Like, I love all the animations. They're so cool. Let Charlie fry. Yeah, we'll do a cat showcase when we do after we do Jay's asteroid. So they have 2 cycles. So about 20, not how long is the cycle? Like 10 minutes or so? I forgot how long a cycle is on fast speed. Oh, Lyra seed, nice. I still haven't done anything with the Lyras. Okay, so let's get some more brine coming here. All right, everything else is looking pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with almost everything, except for the pearls. There's a little bit too many pearl consumptions happening there. I might have to make some more ways to make pearls. Well, I mean, I guess I do have some diamond spare. These don't require anything, so it's not that big of a deal. Get some more pearl production so I can make a lot more pin pokies. I don't want to make them out of diamond. The community is getting off hand too fast. Okay, the ugly cry made me feel so bad for Steve, my duplicant, though we drank his tears as we were running out of water. I love the art and animation. I like the dupe noises when they're falling. Get some clamp pumps in here. First yawn of the day, chat. All right, so almost back. 1.5 cycles to go. Okay, you know what? While more emotional mods, that'd be cool. Let me get that on my list. While we wait for the duplicants to come back, I'm gonna go find a cat. I'm gonna write that down, Kevin. More emotional mods. So because I'm just gonna wait here kind of anyway until these things are completed. Duplicants are busy doing stuff anyways. Let's go look for a cat. I'll be back in maybe I don't know, a minute or so. Hopefully nothing happens on the asteroid, and then we'll do Jay's asteroid after. Okay, we have Lily here. Look at the camera. What's up? She's looking at me. It's like, why did you bring me here? I was sleeping. She was having a nice nap, and I woke her up. But you know what? She always wakes me up, so it's only fair. Lily is looking at the hydrogen gas, I think. Chat, I wonder, do you think an industrial block is required before going to space? I mean, technically nothing is required, Jay, but it would be very helpful because it helps contain all the heat, especially if you're making a lot of steel. I don't know what that was. Hopefully they're okay. So space requires quite a bit of steel infrastructure, like the bunker doors, for instance. You don't have to make bunker doors. You can make meteor defense or whatever. But anyway, space just in general, when you get to this part of the game, steel is a very hot commodity, basically. So having a industrial brick, even if it's just for the steel production like I have here, is incredibly useful because you get to throw all that heat into a steam chamber. Now, that being said, you don't need to have an industrial brick that is massive. You can start off with a small one. Like, for instance, this industrial brick could literally be just this size, just for these 3 metal refineries, right? And then you can always increase that. Like, you don't need to have it very big. This is actually very small compared to an industrial brick that I would usually end up with, because I'll put a lot of power generators in here and whatnot, and this steam room will be full. In this case, I'm going to have the steam room be part of the nuclear reactor chamber. So we'll probably work on that next episode or something. We'll make it really big and put a nuclear reactor somewhere here and start harvesting some uranium or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see how that goes. I also want to have... This is polluted water? What am I bringing up here? Yeah, polluted water, okay. So let's wrap this polluted water kind of over. I didn't know I was bringing it up to... I guess I'm putting it into here. Makes sense. Makes sense. So let's reroute this because I want to have another biodiesel situation right here, and I don't want to have to move it one tile too far over. I only accept one gizmo per world, by the way. Did I miss something there? I hope there's no Travoldos in your base, says Jay. That's the you don't understand who the pet is and who the owner is look. Way to traumatize my cockatail, I think, or the bird. I don't know how to say that the bird's name. Not gonna lie, she looked like she was about to slap you. Well, I did just wake her up. I mean, Kitty Cat says meow. I bet she likes slugs. If possible, Bubbles, Freya, and three Stinkies. Okay, Rocket is back. Good job, crew. As always. We're gonna ground this ass. Yeah, it's grounded. Looks good. Starvation. Sophie Cunningham. Well, you have lots of food here, Sophie, so we'll get some. All right, so we're going to call it here for today for this asteroid. All right, so we're going to go save. And we're going to load up Jay's asteroid. Can we see the blueprints? Says Kitty. I don't have the blueprint mod enabled. Is that what you're referring to? May need some advice on where I should go. Not sure if it can't combine with 2 iron tamers. Okay, I'm gonna get your email up, by the way, so I can see what message you sent along with it. But while that's happening, let's go ahead and load this in. So deactivate spaced out. Not a mod, just weekly gifts. I'll ask next time. Oh, is that part of like the YouTube thing? I need to figure out where to put some transit tubes. There's a lot. That's one hell of picture. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Oh, Kitty, I'm sorry. I'm slow sometimes. My bad. Let's do blueprints. Yeah, let's do blueprints. So before we get to Jay's, super quick, let's just do... You meant these blueprints. We got 7. Sorry, kitty. Okay, so we got the weight jet boots. We got the striped warts seed socks. That's cool. Charcoal diamond, or charcoal diagonal. I like that. Basic gunmetal shoes. Sounds like gunmetal is like that deodorant that you put on men's deodorant. It's gunmetal. Charcoal stickers or checkers. Dusk base layer. I kind of like that. Looks nice. Hype sports gloves. Nice. That's it. Yeah, sorry, my bad, kitty. It just completely did not cross my mind that that it was this blueprint. Okay, so let's take a look at... So I can't zoom out. I guess the mod's not enabled on this one. Let's take a look at Jay's email and see what Jay wrote. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so Jay says, trying to make a deep freezer, start rockets. I only have steam unlocked. Oil production, natural gas power from the bottom, unsure about the top natural gas vent. Drop water on my salt geysers to make a bigger tank. Expand where my duplicant's bedrooms so I can get more. Kind of want you to see my slime setup that I got from Echo Bridge Gaming. May also get some unlimited storage up. A lot of things are planned. I would like input on all. All right, so I'm going to start with my suggestions, and then I'll circle around and then try to answer all your questions afterwards. I asked a bit late. No, it's okay. It's all right, kitty. It should be more obvious to me what you meant. I'm like here sitting thinking like, what is a blueprint? Like, is it a YouTube feature? Okay. Anyways, let me get to. By the way, I usually like to do them at the start or end of the stream anyway. Okay, so let me see what you got going on here. I wish I can zoom out more. This is not really convenient at all. Let me go back and make sure that the mod is loaded. Mods, zoom out. Very weird how it doesn't translate over. Zoom out. That's literally the only mod that I want. Show building ranges, blah, blah, blah. Where's zoom out more or whatever it's called? Sandbox tool. There it is. Okay, just give me a little bit. I was thinking blueprints on Factorio. That also did not cross my mind because I haven't used a lot of blueprints on that. Yeah, you can do Alt S, but I like to just have it. It's not in my like muscle memory to do that. I always forget the shortcut for it. Okay, here we go. Cool. I like that. Yeah, Alt S. I always forget that's a thing. Okay, so let's take a look at Jay's asteroid and see what he's got going on. So at cycle 221, he's got 18 duplicates. He's got lots of food, lots of pickled meal, so not bad. That's one thing that I would probably start working on is getting better food for your duplicates, because pickled meal is a -1. So you do have a little bit of barbecue. That's good start on the barbecue. See, you got a saltwater geyser here, so you're taking that up into a desalination station. You got a hydro or spom. I'm sorry, a spom started here to separate the oxygen and hydrogen, and making some power with it. That's good. Are you cooling the oxygen in here? So you could be cooling the oxygen here, Jay. If you that would help keep your base a little bit cooler if you have problems with the heat. You have plenty of opportunities to do that as well. You have a cold biome here that you could just circulate. So you could do something like this if you wanted to. These are just like my immediate impressions, and I'll circle back to your email like I said. So what I would probably do is just something like this. And then you can have another radiant liquid piping, maybe somewhere in this water. and then the cold biome, and just kind of going around over and over. Put a liquid bridge on here, and then once you fill it with water, it'll circulate by itself forever. Then you could cool this area. So you are cooling it in here, though. Okay. You're cooling it through this. That's also... Okay, this is not a bad idea, but you're cooling oxygen with oxygen. It's not bad. You're doing a pretty good job of it. 3 degrees. This is just a more permanent solution, right? Something like that. What are we doing here? You got some ammo suits. Perfect. And then you have a lot of high pressure... Oh, so you have a lot of gas vents everywhere. You probably don't need all the gas vents. You could probably make do with just a couple if you wanted to tidy that up in the future. Let's see how your oxygen is looking throughout. Looking pretty good. Carbon dioxide is lingering a little bit, but that's not a big deal. You got some dust caps growing as well. Power situation. Oh, we got lots of pacus. Nice. So we got some water filtering happening here as well. Hitting another another spawn. Perfect. So we got more oxygen production down here. So since you have 2 spawns, Jay, I would look into building a Hydra. I'm not sure if you started that yet, because a Hydra is going to... And build a big Hydra that you can shut off half of it and use it for later. That'll help you out a ton. And it'll... So since you already, have 2 of these, it might be worthwhile to do the Hydra setup. What else here? So they got the bathrooms. You got some rooms set up. Very good. And the temperature is looking a little bit toasty, but that's probably okay if you don't have any crops growing in here. Oh, but you do have some crops. The mealwood, some body temperature issues. So since you have cold oxygen coming in already, you could put these vents over top of like these areas, so you have more cold oxygen in that area. That won't really help immediately. What you could do though is like a temp shift plate with ice, something like this. See if we can get that done right away. You can get these growing again if you just put a little bit of ice on top of them. So let's kind of watch this in action. Might cool it down too much, but if you need to get these going, that's a solution for sure, a temporary solution at least. And then here it goes. This will melt eventually, but it'll just cool down the atmosphere. So there you go. Just like that, you can start cooling this area and getting your crops to grow again if you need to. I know you have lots of food, but just an FYI, if that's going to be something that you're concerned about, instead of making a whole bunch more that are not growing, you can just have a temperature plate, and once it melts in the water, it'll even cool more area. Okay, so let's see. It's going to the ice biome. Yep. Got to it a little bit late, but what's the water temp? He could also use the water to cool off the oxygen. Yep, you are right. Let's check out the water temperature. Well, the salt water is quite hot, right? It's 70 degrees. He has... is there any cool water around? I mean, 28 degrees is not really ideal. So there you go. Once it melts, it distributes that water all over the place, and it'll cool everything. Not a really ideal water around for cooling. Everything is pretty warm. I think the ice bomb that he's doing is probably the best case scenario at this point. But so the reason I suggested doing this method is because this will, eventually this is all going to, well, I mean, that's not true. The oxygen is pretty generous with the cooling here and the heating up. So this might last actually quite a long time. And you got the Weezeworts here to help out as well. But it's more industrialized, and it'll be more of a permanent solution if you eventually have the radiant liquid pipe set up. In a Hydra particularly, that would be Very much worthwhile investing into. Oh, you got a nice little steam vent tamer. That's nice. Looking like it's working quite well. Actually, this is what you could use to cool your oxygen. If you make a Hydra somewhere here, you could just use this exact same loop. Like you don't even have to make another aqua tuner. Just use this exact same loop in your Hydra. Okay, let's take a look at your email. The email is saying, trying to make rockets, starter rockets. Okay, so obviously you have to get the space, make some bunker doors, make some meteor defense, and then you can begin that process. So you got a long ways to go with the rockets. That's especially with the amount of infrastructure that you'll probably be required to build. Now, I don't know. I kind of forgot what the infrastructure requirement is for vanilla rockets. So I'm pretty sure there's still like meteor defense, right? Like bunker doors. Yeah, there's still bunker doors available. So you probably want to have a lot of steel production set up. Let's see how your steel is looking. Yeah, you probably want a little bit more steel to get yourself going. So you got some metal refineries here. That's perfect. And they are just taking coolant somewhere from down here. So you're heating up this water. Not bad. Maybe an industrial brick would be better in this situation. Like, I think you were the one that asked me earlier, right? An industrial brick would be very helpful here. So you could put all this water that that's coming out of your metal refinery directly into a steam room to cool it down. What is a Hydra? I don't even know what that means. Good question. So at the end, I'll show you what a Hydra is, because I have to reload my game. So I don't want to switch and then waste your time showing you the switch twice. But I'll show you what a Hydra is and why it's so good. By the way, watch my video on Hydra versus Spawn. That will be a really good educational video on why the Hydra is so good, Shinx. But I'll show you anyways, just before I leave. So oil production. Oil production is probably very much worthwhile. So you already have the well set up, which is really good. By the way, the best place to use your hot water is in your oil wells and your Hydra, because you can cool oxygen a lot easier than you can. I like this. This is cool. You can cool your oxygen a lot easier than you can cool water. So just use your hottest water that you have directly for your electrolyzers, which I believe you're doing anyway. Yeah, perfect. And then you just cool the oxygen, right? It's very easy. And of course the oil wells, because who cares what temperature oil is, right? So that's the best way to deal with that. So oil production, so you got your metal refinery. Yeah, it's right here. So I would probably try to capture the natural gas that comes out of here. You can either put this oil refinery into the same chamber as your oil well, or you could put it in its own room. Looks like an older save, actually. So this is the one that you sent me 2 days ago. That oil setup looks familiar, says Yan. How are you doing, Yan? Welcome to the stream. It does look familiar, doesn't it? I learned a similar oil setup like this from Magnet. Sup, Ethan? Sup, everyone? Says Yan. Yeah, so this is I mean, it's a pretty basic setup. It's the one that works. It just works, you know, the meme. It just works. It's great. Easy peasy. Yeah, so this is the one that you just sent me 2 days ago, Jay. So I don't see another email. But anyways, I'll continue on this one. If you'd like to resubmit one, by all means go for it. Like, we'll do another episode like this next week. So if you made a little bit of progress, feel free to send it in and continue to make progress throughout the week, and just send it like later on in the week, and then I can take a look again on the next stream. I should be on Wednesday, so on Wednesday I can probably take a look at another one. Let's see, what else do you have in your email here? Natural gas from the power off from the bottom. Not sure about the gas vent. So yeah, you do have a lot of natural gas that you could harvest and you could filter out. That would probably be okay. This is not a bad setup, although you have to have a little bit of a... If you want to do something like this, put a high pressure gas vent there, and then you want to let natural gas pass through, right? So we'll do probably natural gas, I'm assuming. Where are you sending this to? Yeah, perfect. So you could do something like this. No power connected. You probably already fixed this in your existing playthrough. But pipe locked. Oh, it's just connected in reverse. Easy mistake. Oh, I just destroyed it all. Did not mean to do that. Okay, put this in here. So something like this should be coming in now. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, you're harvesting all the natural gas. That's a good idea. Also, like I said, with your oil refinery as well, you can harvest a lot of natural gas. So you could either move this, you could make a room for it here if you want, and just vacuum it out so you only have natural gas in it, and then there's no filtering required. Same thing with this one when you do that. Or you can just make this building bigger and have the oil refinery in there. How are you building and deleting without dupes? Okay, so I'm using sandbox mode. So before, I did this really quick, but I go into options, game, and then enable sandbox. And then I can add and remove stuff at will. And this just helps me demonstrate things when I'm doing something like this. It's super easy. Everyone has, it's not a mod, so everyone has this. And then this little menu pops up here where you can basically do whatever. So for instance, I could vacuum out all that, and then there's no oxygen. Yeah, it's a really useful feature for experimentation, especially. We'll give some oxygen back, though. I don't want the duplicants to starve on my watch. Let's see, I missed something here. Definitely an older save fixed that. Okay, gotcha. The first oil well got flooded. One thing I like about this save is that he's letting the gas is set naturally and then using it. No worries about gas placement. That's totally true as well. You can have all your gas sort of settle and then use it when it's throughout the asteroid. It's totally fine. Actually draining the polluted water into the refinery for now. Okay, there you go. So now the slime setup, I suppose that's probably in the new build as well. Let's take a look at where your slime setup is. So you probably fixed a lot of these things that I've already recommended, but like I said, that's okay. Just resubmit your asteroid if you'd like me to see it. Maybe your slime setup is on the next one. Unless you have a refinery somewhere. Yeah, it might be the case that Little Dreco Ranch looks good. Yeah, it might be on the other build already. So that's where the natural gas is coming from. Was wondering about that. Yep, it was coming from the definitely from the oil refinery. So normally what I'll do is actually let's go over my build, okay? Because this is a good example of how I would like to do it. Let me go into... I have to reload my game. I'm liking this. I'm glad. So let me go into show off some of my builds. Spaced out, and then I'll use that as a comparison for what you can achieve. Oh, it's in the puffs and lime setup. I can go back and check. I can use it as a comparison to show off a Hydra for Shinx, I think it was, and J to show the oil refinery setup that I normally use. I'm going to go to bed, gonna put it on sleep mode, but I can still hear. Okay, no worries. If you have to go, you have to go. It's no problem at all. Have a good night, Shinx. I know it's Sunday, so a lot of people are probably going to work. Did I come back at the end? Yeah, Stringer. We're basically at the end. I'm just showing off some stuff for the community asteroid that was submitted by Jay. So super duper wetland, I believe, is a pretty good. I hope that this is not the one where I've already flooded everything, because sleep mask. Gotcha. I thought you mistyped sleep mode. Don't worry about the Hydra. I'll find the video. I'm already loading it up, so I may as well show it off. Yeah, community asteroids. Actually, Stringer Fitz was saying that he wouldn't mind submitting his Factorio base for Ethan analyzation. So that'd be kind of fun to do a Factorio version of it at some point. Yeah, so I'll do the Hydra really quick, and I'll show you the oil setup that you could have if you wanted to go this route. But like I said, I hope that this is not the one. I have two saved. I have one that I destroyed after it was over, and then I have one that is intact. Because usually I end the streams by destroying everything and letting out all the liquids. Looks like this one's still intact. Okay, so let me show off the Hydra and why this is so good. So this is a Hydra here. All right, so this whole building, all these electrolyzers produce oxygen and hydrogen. Hey, thank you so much, Wizard, for the follow. What's up, Wizard? So the reason why the Hydra is better than the Spawn, like exponentially better, is because these electrolyzers never stop running. They never overpressure. And now there's a little bit of tricks involved here. Basically, we're putting liquid on top of the electrolyzer, so the electrolyzer never has the capacity to overpressure. So it's like a little bit of game manipulation. So not everybody likes to do this, all right? But basically, we're sorting the hydrogen and oxygen naturally through airflow tiles, and I'm cooling the oxygen locally here with an aqua tuner, all right? So this is a Hydra, and these can be shut off at will. So I can have 4 running at one time, because each electrolyzer supports 8 duplicates. So I'm making more than enough here for my colony. Plus, I'm also making it for liquid oxygen production. So I just turn them off and on whenever I want. That's the Hydra, but let me show Jay like the oil setup, because that was something that he was looking into. So the oil refineries, I like to have it, you can put it inside of a natural gas tamer. So it's super easy to do that. Or I'm really thirsty, actually, gotta get a drink. And so the reason why this is really cool is because this doubles as a infinite natural gas storage, and as a place where the natural gas and the oil refineries can basically vent their natural gas. So I have this little chamber here, which is locked by a door, obviously, that has 6,000 kilograms of natural gas, because the vents are just ever so slightly not prevented from being overpressured by oil. And then obviously everything that's produced from here and the natural gas geyser just get thrown into this vent. Oh, sorry, this chamber. So super easy way, and this is, by the way, this is super cold just based on the this area. I think that's kind of cooling it down with this little liquid lock. So that's what I would recommend, Jay, if you're going to use oil refineries to make petroleum, and for natural gas vents as well. Now here is what I would ultimately recommend. A petroleum boiler you should look into. This is kind of complicated to build at first, so I don't recommend going for this like immediately. I think you'll be more than fine with oil refineries and put multiple of them in the same room. But keep in mind that the oil refinery, it doesn't produce oil to petroleum at a 1-to-1 rate. It's at a 50% rate. All right, so it goes 10 kilograms of crude oil into 5 kilograms of petroleum. So a lot of it is wasted, which is fine. I mean, you have infinite crude oil anyways coming out of these wells. As long as you have water, you have more than enough crude oil coming out, right? Now, having said that, though, there could be times in your asteroid, especially if you're very power hungry, that you may want to have a 1-to-1 conversion ratio of crude oil to petroleum. And in that case, a petroleum boiler is how you would do it. And I have a video on this as well. This is actually, I think this is a Francis John or GC Fungus style petroleum boiler. But I did my own video on this and to kind of explain in more detail how it works and how to build it. So check out that video if you're interested in the 1-to-1 conversion. But otherwise, this will work fine for you for many, many cycles, something like that. So anyways, let me go back to your email. Is there anything else that you wanted to... So the deep freeze, I can show you a deep freeze method. So first of all, you can... Oh, this is everything's breaking now. I haven't tended to this asteroid in a minute. I guess everything just froze in here. That's kind of what happened. So you can deep freeze using this, the ATN if you wish, or in my case, where's my food storage? I'm deep freezing using the thermal regulator, same as my current playthrough actually, and just running hydrogen through here with having a bypass on the regulator and with a gas sensor at sending a green signal if it's above minus 40 degrees. And that's my deep freezer situation. Super easy to make, very low infrastructure and power setup if you use a thermal regulator. And by the way, this thing will almost never overheat. It's made out of steel, but it's only like 60 degrees. And a little bit of water at the base will help it exchange temperature with the surrounding carbon dioxide and keep it from overheating. So that's that. That's crazy. Good night. See you, Chinks. I hope Ethan PC crashes before you see the solar panels. Community asteroids. Let me analyze it. Gets F. Not enough solar panels. I love the solar panel versus no solar panel debate. Made my Factorio layout based on a review. Says Jay. A tutorial. You can also use diamond heat transfer pipe with steel door to block heat transfer when needed to turn a pool of oil into petroleum a bit easier. Yeah, there's so many different ways. In fact, in my petroleum video, I talk about the stages of making a petroleum boiler. So if you've never done it before, it's a really easy video to follow where it shows down every single stage, and then it shows like why it ends up looking like this with a heat exchange, because it makes it so much easier. So go watch it if you've never built a petroleum boiler. Kevin said, I was saying earlier you should make your own version of a gunk boiler. Okay, yeah. Let me write that down. I would love to make my own version of a gunk boiler. All right, so I got a whole bunch of stuff on my notepad today. We got the emotions mod, gunk boiler. We have the abyssalite infinite biodiesel with using the tallow gear bomb, abyssalite to diamond tile, whole bunch of stuff for me to look into. This is why I always learn so much from the chat. Even though I strive to, help new players out, the chat always ends up helping me out as well. So I must have missed the message. I know I was talking a lot there. So I think I'm all caught up, hopefully. Okay, so that's what I would recommend for your natural gas management and your oil wells, which you already have started. I mean, your oil wells look perfectly fine. And then also look into petroleum boilers. Like I said, it's a little bit complicated to build something as elaborate as this, but watch my video on the petroleum boilers progression. I think you'll really enjoy that one. So Jay also says, I was making another aqua tuner for it, and I was looking more power for that on the natural gas and oil. So yeah, so the natural gas is good for power, but it's not sustainable for late game power. Because late game, your demands are way too high for one or two geysers to keep up with. Oil is really where you want to get your power from. All right, so focus on taming all of your oil vents and getting as much oil as possible and converting that into petroleum. Now, on a case that like an asteroid like this, I only have 3 oil wells, I think. 1, yeah, 2 and 3, yeah. So 3 oil wells is nowhere near enough to supply. Like I have an infinite oil storage here, and it's empty. So 3 oil wells are nowhere near enough to supply what I need for demands. So that's why the petroleum boiler is a must for me. Like I have to convert at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now that being said, I do have a lot of petroleum here. Like I've hoarded a lot, but I've also used a lot of oil throughout my my playthrough. So there's been times where I ran out of oil, and it was a problem. But nonetheless, petroleum is 100% the way to go, Jay. And not only that, you want to have your petroleum generators making 3,000 watts of power instead of 2. And the way you do that is by putting them into a room that is the power plant. All right, so a power plant room enables microchip tune-ups. Oh, I don't know if this is actually available in vanilla, so maybe you don't have that available. Look into that, but it's going to like it'll essentially make it so that your power won't be an issue at all. Fitz is excited about the oil. Fitz also says abyssalite tile flocking is the name. Okay, got it. I'm going to update the name. So lots of stuff for me to look into. Also, sour gas boiling would end up being natural gas generator based. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And actually, that would also give you a lot of other available options as well. I've never done a video on sour gas, but it is so powerful because you can feed slicksters from the carbon dioxide that's produced, so you can have barbecue for days on end. More than enough natural gas that you could ever need. So there's a lot that you can get from a sour gas boiler as well. I should do a video on that at one point because they're super, like, it's only mildly harder than the petroleum boiler in the sense that it's slightly more heating involved, but then you have to transport that into a cooler basically. So did he skip the Fisher's comments too? There's a whole bunch that I may have missed while I was on my talk about while I was looking at Jay's asteroid. So let me go back and see if I missed some here. Make a gunk boiler. Oh no, I haven't got to that one yet. I'm still going my way through that. Sorry, Kevin. That one's very recent. So yeah, I was the tile flaking is where I left off, and then you said that's not true, that with the natural gas from the DLC you could make that main with that. Yes, so the natural gas from the DLC never goes dormant. So 100% you are correct. And then Jay says I got 2 oil wells. So if you have 2 oil wells, you might like you'll be. Hey, thank you so much, Blue Adept, for the subscription on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. You could 100% get yourself started with oil refineries, but again, just remember that this is you lose 50% of the crude oil. So when you start to have petroleum problems, then that's when you probably want to start looking into a petroleum boiler. Hey, what's up, Waddy Watson? Says you should make a video for brand new players showing the first 10 to 20 cycles and why you're doing what you do. I find myself getting too caught up with digging without intention. So Waddy Watson, I do have a series of videos on that. It's called Overexplained. So go check out Overexplained. I think I have 10 episodes up, or maybe I'm working on my 10th episode. Sorry, I've been talking for hours now, so I need to get off at some point. But my Overexplained series tells you exactly how to play and get to mid-game, like, and exactly what I'm doing and why. All right. Now, it's not trying to be fancy. It's not trying to show you something that you've never seen. It's trying to show new players how to get to mid-game without destroying their base. All right. So that's, I think, a very helpful video if you're looking for something exactly like that. I do a lot of skips, so I don't have like so I talk about what I build and why, and then I like jump ahead and you'll see it built. So it's not exactly without cuts. Like I have to keep it digestible, right? But go check it out. If you want to send a save, should I upload the mods alongside the save? Yes, please. If you can, maybe just take a screenshot of your mods, or I can just sync it. Hopefully, if you're using Mod Updater, what's the one called? I think it's called like Mod Updater or something. You can. It's this one, the one that says Resume and Sync. He has a lot of videos besides the over-explain too. Look at the first videos of each run. He loves to explain things. I love to explain things. But over-explain is the explained version of explanations. I love that, Fitz. Good one. Okay, chat. So I think I'll call it there. And also, hey, what's up, Sunday? Here to say hi. We're just ending the stream. So nice to see you, Sunday. So Jay, I hope that I was helpful to you. I know that you said your asteroid that you submitted was not the most current one, so I hope that whatever you got from that was adequate, so you can help continue to build your current asteroid. And send me an updated version when you feel like you want to get that one critiqued as well. All right, so feel free to send them back in. Deviant Soul, what's going on, Deviant? Nice to see you. How are you getting True Tiles to work? Okay, yeah, this question I've gotten a lot, so let me show you guys. There's a new mod called True Tiles Fix. All right, so True Tiles Fix fixes True Tiles. It's by a different person who took it upon themselves to help Aki out while Aki is away, and yeah, just search up that on your Steam. It should be there. Jay says, cool. Just got here from lurking and usually in the VOD world. Awesome. Yeah. By the way, you're going to be in the credits, I think, Deviant Soul, because I finally added a feature requested last stream, actually. Requested, but also long overdue, where I have like all the members now and the Prime sub and all of this on everyone who is going to be in the credits. So I'm pretty excited. I think I saw your name in there, Deviant Soul. So appreciate you coming by and saying hello. Sorry to repeat myself, but do you know about explaining rockets inside space, right? You don't have to be sorry, Fitz. Let me just read that again. But you know about expanding rockets inside. Yes, I do. I'm pretty sure I did it in this one. Yeah, it was actually KittyCast who suggested that. So, yeah, I have. So it's in the beta version. So I wanted to make it more graphically, like appeasing, but I didn't get to the graphical part. So I just figured out how to do the scrolling and how to do the semi-automatic updating. I have to like have plugins to update it fully automatically, but nonetheless, I'll do it like once a week or so. Yeah, so Fitz, let me show you. You mean, where is it? Where's my rocket? Hey, thank you so much, Spencer. Spencer is a dog for your subscription. Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, so this is what you mean, right, Fitz? Was that fix a mod from Zang HK? Let me check. Get some rest. Hey, Uther, nice to see you, Uther, as well. I have to get some rest pretty soon here, but I'm gonna just answer a couple more questions. I like hanging out after the stream, as long as you guys don't mind to hear me stuttering over myself, because because I've been. Yes, it's Zang HK. Yes, it's Zang HK. Yep, so I should do a video on that as well. A wild Uther has been sighted. Uther is so awesome. Uther's always here at the end, or at the beginning or end, saying hello or goodbye. So okay, we're gonna call it there. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for the amazing stream once again. I love talking to everyone while I play the game and having a good time. Hope that it was a fun night for you guys. Deviant Soul says, have a good night. We'll see this in a few months. I just got restarted on this run on the VODs. Okay, no worries, Deviant Soul. Thank you so much for watching the VODs. Super grateful that you do that. Helps me out a ton, and I'm glad that you get enjoyment out of it as well. So, I'll be back Wednesday night, everyone. We'll do Omni again, and I'm not sure if I can stream on Friday. So Friday will be up in the air, but I'll definitely be on for Wednesday and for Sunday. And I believe Sunday will be the 1-year anniversary stream. So might do something fun for that. Maybe I'll finally crack out the wine. Maybe. Although I don't know if playing wine with a little bit intoxicated on stream would make for a very good Oni showcase, but we'll see. We'll see what we do. Again, leave a like on your way out, please. That would be so awesome for me. Hit the like button on your way out, and hit the follow if you're not followed already on Twitch or YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube if you're not already subscribed. Okay, what else? That's pretty much it, right? I think I covered everything. Good night to everybody. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope that your week starts out fantastic. Chug, 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 chug. Got my Taylor Floodgate. I already have the Taylor Floodgate. It's not here, but the alcohol goes in, the truth comes out. I just get so sleepy. Honestly, it's not even about that. It's just so sleepy. Yeah, and if you guys want to send in your Oni playthroughs or your Factorio bases, please do that. That would be so much fun to look at. I'll use my expert Factorio analysis to tell you guys if your base is as good as mine or your factory. Okay, yeah, Space Age soon. Yeah, Space Age sometime. Not this week coming up, but probably next week coming up. I think that's it. That's all I have to talk about. Okay, take care, everyone. See you on... Okay, I hope that the outro works. This is the first time I've done the outro with the scrolling text, so hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I'll have to tinker with it. All right. But anyways, good night, everyone. See you on Wednesday.